right, well, I hope you all are ready for tonight.
Can we be? I mean, really? Really?
You can try. So again, everybody, welcome to session 31, officially making this the longest running RPG I have ever DM'd for. So thank you all.
Woo, woo.
And as promised, this will not influence my DMing at all tonight, now that you've broken the Kingdom Hearts record.
I was gonna say, last session was your session to TP Chaos and say game's over.
No.
Now you're stuck with us.
No, that wasn't last session.
I meant in terms of not breaking your record.
Fair. In any case, who would like to give a recap to Han and Nara?
I can very quickly.
Shit got scary, and then Izzy decided he needs to make the next boss harder, so we're turbo fucked.
Yes.
Yeah, that is like the app summary. We finished off business at the library. We finished researching a couple of last topics that we thought might be important to get before we left. Then we had the library drop us off at Ba Sing Se so we could join the fight. There was the big giant monster summoning spirit, and the multi-handed one protecting it, and we basically very, very quickly killed both of them. However, some of us are not in the best shape currently. At the end of the fight, Hotaru and I forgot the name of the NPC.
No, that's where you cut off. That's information they don't have, and you guys technically don't have either.
Can I will foreshadow something.
What?
We forgot one of the most important questions to ask at the library, and I'm not going to tell you what it is.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you did.
I realized it during Izzy and my posting.
So, again, to reiterate what was just said, you guys were in the library, you came up in the crystal catacombs deep below the palace of Ba Sing Se, and then thanks to Hotaru's earthbending, you were able to make a tunnel and fly out on BB and Jasper, entering the fray. Dan, I see that you are currently on Roll20, and I note that Kenzie is not. If you look at the battlefield, you'll notice there are several NPCs that you guys should recognize.
Hold on, I gotta zoom in more.
And more. So if you look at the map that I have presently up, Zone 1 was the wall between the lower city and the middle ring of the city. Boomy, Stone Jinwei, and a couple of members of the White Lotus were holding that position when you guys arrived. You guys dropped off Caden, who also helped out there, and you did notice the bald man of Wei Jin kind of peering around. From there, your party kind of split into two groups. One group consisting of pretty much Kakan, and Samael and Arashi took the midfield to stop Fire Nation soldiers and Shades, or I'm sorry, not Fire Nation, Earth Kingdom soldiers and Shades from making it to the mid-wall. But in this section, you guys saw Earthbenders fighting Earthbenders, which was a little confusing till you guys took into account the green snot. And Kakan quickly was able to tell which ones were under the influence of Mother Glowworm because the spirits weren't attacking them. Between the three of them, they were able to hold that area down pretty well. The rest of the party went into Zone 3, which is right by the gaping hole in the wall of Ba Sing Se proper. While there, the giant tree monster that you guys would recognize from the forest, seen far right of this map, was putting its hand through the weak point in the spiritual force field, that second level of the wall, and opening his palm, and a bunch of spirits were jumping off and entering the battlefield, along with some earth-bending soldiers that had apparently been corrupted. Also in that area was that multi-handed monster that you guys saw from the circus area, who was protecting the spawner, which was supposed to be spitting out enemies, but you guys got really, really lucky with your environment rolls.
Yes, we did.
And despite all that, you guys collectively burned through 90 HP in less than 2 rounds, which is very impressive.
Yes.
With that entirely being said, we are literally picking up right where we left off. I was hoping Ziggy would have been here before we got started proper. But in any case, as Minghua tore apart the demon spawner, like fireworks began erupting out of it. You guys saw a bunch of the shade spirits starting to turn white. The same kinds of spirits that you had seen when you were in the presence of the moon spirit. And they went flying off into the sky. Several other spirits, more humanoid in nature, started walking out of the carcass of this spirit as it started to dissipate. And they started zipping to different locations, both within Ba Sing Se proper as well as to the exterior. The two you would recognize is, one was a very familiar looking goat gorilla in an ethereal form that went forward and hugged Minghua, and the two of them merged. And the other one was a bald man with a long beard. You guys would have remembered Wei Jin, who you know was on the mid-level wall. With the demon spawner having been destroyed, the tree monster, the multi-handed ones, and dozens of the spirits that it had been spawning out just started to evaporate, as though they were never there to begin with. With that, the battle has been won, at least for the time being, and you guys have a few minutes to lick your wounds. I'm going to give you guys 5 minutes to discuss. I'm not going to advance the scene tracker. But one thing you should note is Arashi is going to offer to heal you guys.
Yes.
Here's the kicker. You guys have 4 options right now, and based off of what you pick, it's going to determine how this plays. You can opt to not get healed at all, and just continue where you are right now. Second zone of Regit, you're just like rushing to continue facing opponents that have yet to breach the wall. If you choose to wait, I'm not going to advance the tracker at all, but things are going to happen. And your 3 time limits are, you guys can heal to the top of your current status, you guys can heal to the top of the next status, or you guys can fully heal.
And is this something we have to decide as a group?
It should be decided as a group, whichever. If one of you wants to go up 2 zones and other people want to go up 1, the time that's taking is going to be 2 zones. Whoever has the most, needs the most healing, is going to determine the time. So if you're in red and you want to get to top of yellow, that's it. If you want to get to top of green, that's 3 things. I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to discuss and make a determination on that.
I mean, the most hurts Minghua, right?
I think I feel like top of zone minimum is probably important for Rizik.
Yeah, honestly, I'd be fine with taking 1 bar of time. 2 would be nice, but 1 I will not complain about.
I'm in that boat.
Okay.
Yeah, because Rizik and Minghua are both down in red.
Mm-hmm.
And
Kakan.
Kakan and Yura, they bounce up and down. He just needs to be able to survive 1 blow.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd rather just rush in, but I guess...
We also don't currently have Ziggy anyways, but...
Yeah.
I am mostly worried about 2 of our party members immediately going down if we rush in.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's the kind of thing where in the next fight, Rizik and I have to act first, because we're going down that fast.
Yeah. I mean, could take defense actions and see if, like, we avoid getting hit, but then we're not really doing much that fight.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are deciding, Yuki...
I do really wish there was a, like, some of us can go ahead to scout and not get healed, because I'm 1 below the top of my current zone.
I understand why he's dividing it this way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes things
Which
easier.
zone are you in right now? Are you in orange?
I'm in yellow right now by
That's
1
fine.
HP.
I'm in red.
You're in red.
Meanwhile, is more in red.
Yeah. As you guys are, because I'm also saying you guys are going to be the ones, since you are the most able-bodied. Once you decide how much healing you want, you'll talk strategy. But once you decide on that, we'll go from there.
Okay.
It's one of the ones where if Yura grabs, Han, probably, Nora, even though she feels bad about grabbing Nora and dragging her into a danger zone, and probably Hotaru to go ahead while the others got healed, that's what she would surely choose, but I understand why it's not split.
That makes handling things a little bit hard for how things work.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can accept just doing 1 round of healing. More than 1 round would be nice, but like just getting to top of red is already going to make a decent difference. Not as much for me as it does for Minhua, who's literally at 2.
Okay.
Whoa, 2? What?
Again.
Oh yeah,
no.
I got smacked real hard, but I retaliated for 23 damage, so it was worth it.
Pretty great.
Okay.
I also started the fight already in yellow, to be fair.
Again, I'm not going to adjust the tracker. It's just going to be a different battlefield setup based off of how much time. So
makes a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, things are bad enough. I'm inclined to just heal 1 zone and deal with going down.
Okay. And as a reminder, you guys do know at least 3 of your opponents that you were able to catch a glimpse of from the other side of the force field, which is why I'm giving you this opportunity. You know Mother Glowworm is there. You know Sombra the Shadow Spirit is there. And you remember your happy friend the Hellfire Bender.
That fucker.
Is Akasaka unconscious?
He is presently unconscious.
Is he going to get picked up
remember
enough to fight?
The old man hit it once and then went to take a nap, remember?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so he will be getting back up before you guys are done healing. So am I understanding it correctly? You guys are just going to get to the top of your current zone?
I think so. Do we want to risk healing more? It's
entirely up to you.
I think it's a question of how much time do we think we have there.
And that's the problem.
Can we do anything else while we're getting healed, or would be getting healed be the only thing we can be doing?
Well, if you guys are getting healed, it's also going to be talking strategy. I just want to know how much time you have down. Because while you're doing this, you're also regrouping with the White Lotus, Boomy, etc., and taking stock. And you need to determine who you actually want to take with you to fight the next threat.
Mm-hmm.
That said, everybody who was here before you guys got here is not doing hot. They are incredibly exhausted. The people you brought with you, Kaden, Samael, and Arashi, were fresher. Like, they're still in fighting shape. They're not going to immediately keel over. However, doing all this healing for you guys, depending on how much you ultimately take, is going to sap Arashi, which will hurt his effectiveness.
Makes sense.
But, again, if you're only taking 1 round, not too bad for him. He's still, he's never been a frontline combatant, but he will still be able to hold his own. The other thing you guys need to decide is who of the NPCs left available do you wish to take with you?
Can you sort them into, how good they look currently? Because we have a lot of NPCs.
Okay.
Can you dump basically good in Zone 1 and looks kind of injured or exhausted in Zone 2?
So what I'm doing is I am doing top to bottom.
Okay.
The 4
I have a dumb question.
The 4 on the top.
Weijin is not coming.
Weijin is not coming.
The 4 on the top are good. The ones on the bottom are not looking too hot.
How many elements have we seen Kaden do? We've seen him do metal, and we've also seen him do what else?
Oh, and we've also seen him do that thing Nara did. That was fun.
You've seen him do water.
Okay.
Yeah, and something that they failed to mention to Nara and Han. At some point during the battle, I'm just going to say you guys were probably flying around on BB, so you got a bird's eye view of this. The battlefield is brightly lit, even though the sun is setting. The moon is high in the sky, a full moon. And at one point...
waterbenders.
Yeah, at one point, a bunch of scaffolding started falling on top of you guys as you were flying.
Wooden scaffolding.
Wooden scaffolding. Well, no, it never connected because Caden reached out his hands and the scaffolding shifted in a way that it should not do naturally, and it collapsed on a bunch of enemies instead. And as you turned and looked at him, he was surrounded by this like golden and blue aura. Very similar to what you guys have seen Nara do.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I feel like right now, Hayden, Samael, and Yukie coming along probably is just a good idea.
Yep. I'm inclined to have Akasaka come along as well, just so he can get in like one hard hit before, taking another nap.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'd like to bring Akasaka with
everybody is willing to help. It's just who are you asking to stay? Otherwise, they will continue to help man the back wall, but it's not that useful.
Wage and get the fuck out of here, but the other three in the top row and Akasaka sounds like a good set.
I feel like asking Boomy makes sense.
You guys
I wouldn't complain about that.
You want Boomy?
I feel like Boomy would want to do this also.
Again, every single one of them. Boomy is, cracking his neck and saying, "Yeah, I've got a little left in the tank. I can do this." And Stone Jinwei is much the same way. He's like, "No, we need to defend the walls of Ba Sing Se. We can't let any of those demons enter here and hurt defenseless innocents. We must strike now while they're off."
Are we tapping our dragon to fuck up people yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's been happening.
Okay, just checking.
I'm assuming BB and Jasper are just going to be there.
I forgot its name was Jasper.
Mm-hmm. Out of character, the only real problem with Stone Jinwei is do we know a good way to banish spirits that isn't his method that we can use right now?
Honestly, I'm inclined to leave Stone Jin manning the walls.
I'm sort of inclined to say he is a good commander and a good earthbender who has the respect of the city. If we fail, they're going to need someone like that on the wall.
Right, which is part of why I'm inclined to leave him back there a bit.
Okay.
So yeah, top three plus Boomy, into the fire we go.
Okay.
We also grabbed Akasaka, right?
Oh, yes. Akasaka as well.
And
this poor guy. Okay.
Look, he's
he
going
hits
to get a
hard.
good hit in, and enemies are going to be messed up.
Look,
where
he
should I put my
also might
token?
be a good missile for me after
Yeah.
he...
Oh, is my token out?
No, you guys have to drag yourselves on. Hey, Ziggy. We literally just finished the recap, and
I'm so tiny!
people were... Well, this isn't the map we're going to be using.
Oh, well then, what the...
I think, Ziggy, the big question is we're trying to decide which of the NPCs to bring with us to the battle versus Mother Lowerm, and what opinions do you have?
Okay.
The other thing we're trying to decide is how many zones we're willing to heal up. We're definitely doing one. We're maybe healing to the top of the next zone, but that's going to take more time, and most consensus is leaning against doing that.
Gotcha. I'm happy with us just healing the lines that are closest to the wall, so we can just fall back to that.
Not your HP bars, not the actual walls themselves.
Right.
I figured both you and me have enough health right now that we.
Yeah,
really
I can heal myself back up. Don't worry about me. As far as NPCs, how many NPCs do we get to choose from?
As many as we want. You'll see a cluster of NPCs with 2 rows. The 5 with Boomy as leftmost.
I see.
That row is who we're currently considering.
Gotcha. So Boomy, Caden, Samael, Yukie, and Akasaka.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems good. Yeah, that seems good. That way, our bigger NPC heavy hitters can stay on the back line.
Yeah. Arashi.
Yeah.
So of them, Arashi, Samael, and Caden were the two that were mostly uninjured because again they hadn't been doing a 24+ hour siege thus far. But
Right.
Arashi is at least getting Akasaka up and healing everybody else to the top of whatever zone you're in. So, that being said, if you guys are in red, go to top of red. If you're in yellow, go to top of yellow. If you're in green, heal back up to max.
Already
We
heals
have,
the
for
top of
those of
red.
us who have our own healing, also have been able to heal separately from this.
Depends.
Or in addition to it.
I'm saying top of zone for a reason. Because those of you with healing abilities, they will trigger until your zone, so you can't overheal.
Okay.
Which is why I'm saying, like, timing-wise, this is what you guys want. So you're not waiting long, is what this means. Okay, that is good. So as you're all healing up and you've made this plan, you guys have noticed that, well, make me an awareness check.
Awareness.
Sure. Yep. The reason why that is just rolling a fire die is going to result in more healing for me than top of zone.
Let me rephrase. If anybody does not wish to heal, you don't have to. You guys have decided that the highest you are doing is top of current zone. If you choose not to take the healing, you don't have to.
Fair enough.
That is always an option.
Do I still have the periscope from last time?
Nah, it went away, but what's 4 as a bonus?
+2.
So you take a +2 persistent for me for a new periscope
Cool.
because the old one got damaged in the last fight, I guess.
Okay, which gets
I got-
up to a +3, so I'm at 7.
Important other question.
Yes.
Do our collections refresh from last time, since we're still sort of in the same fight?
Okay, I thought about that. I'm going to give everybody back a collection -1. So for those you guys normally have 3 collections, those of you who were here last week are starting at -1 collection.
Okay.
Including those that didn't use theirs?
I think all of you used at least 1 collection last week. Only Nara and Han would have.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, Nara and Han will have all their collections available, but the rest of you just -1. I don't remember how many you used, but
I used 2 out of 3, so I'm back up to 2 out of 3.
okay.
I think that's a fair way of doing it. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. So this is the group you guys are taking with you. I'm going to move you guys. Oh, let me just make sure there's nothing here that's damning.
Buddy, your face is a mess.
You are...
Gotta love hearing people talk to small children in the background.
All right.
It's really fun.
So,
Also, sorry.
everybody kindly drag yourself into Zone 2 on this new map.
God, I forget that doesn't do what I think it does.
Where is Zone 2?
Is Zone 2 within the square?
Yes.
Okay.
We healed up to the top of current zone, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Why is Wei Jin on the battlefield at all? Get him the fuck out of here.
Just because you don't want
Look,
him...
we are unaware that we have other spies in our group in character, so we don't want him with us.
We don't want the known spy with us.
Yeah.
Or I think one may just represent way back at the wall, not actually.
Yeah, one is way back at the wall.
Okay,
That's where Shibu, Stonejin Wei, Hama, Arashi was sent back there after healing you guys up.
Mm-hmm.
Yukie and Akasaka are with you guys. Are you going to take any Earth Kingdom soldiers? They are looking a little ragged, but they are still available. Up to you guys.
I would be much more likely to Tama to join us than the Earth Kingdom soldiers right now.
And honestly, I still sort of want more AoE people back on the wall as well, so I'm inclined to leave people behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is everybody, I believe. Correct? Did I forget anybody?
I think so?
Boom, Canyon.
Looks like there's still an Earth Kingdom soldier in too.
Yep.
Fumi, Caden, Samael, Yukie, Akasaka.
This one is we're pinging.
Oh.
Unless we're saving Earth Kingdom soldiers from being literally eaten by spirits or something. In which case...
Han is also tiny currently.
We have fixed Han and his tininess.
Yay.
Oh, there's Yukie. Okay. So, you guys only took 1 round of healing, which means, good news, the enemy is not going to be as set up as I would have liked.
And that's why we decided,
bitch.
fuck it, push the clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like, we finally did a smirt about this.
Yep. Ziggy, do you still have Jasper?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I'm going to give you control over him.
Thank you. It's 5 points per session, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a D10.
Yep.
And Thomas, I believe, Rizik, you have control over Thomas?
Yep. And Thomas is a D8.
Yep.
Rizik, should you have 10 or 11 HP right now?
Let me check my... Oh, yeah, no, 10. Sorry.
And,
Yeah, because I was just looking at my own and saying, if I'm at 11 and I have 4 more HP...
Sorry, had my math slightly... was looking at the
we
wrong
have
row.
all been there.
I was looking at the wrong row.
Yep, that is a thing that happens.
During the trip over, Rizik is going to ask Kotaru if she'd mind handing him the unrefined spirit, or just in case need to desperately put something together.
I think it'd be smarter if I hung on to it. I might be able to do something with it during the fight. But
I don't think either of us can bend it in its current form.
Maybe. I still think I might be able to make progress on it. I don't know.
Okay, Okay, I just know the way that would need to refine it, which would require grabbing other people for assistance, but...
Is it something we can do on the way there?
I was asking Izzy if it would have possible to... I messaged Izzy asking if it would be possible to do it while we were getting healed up and traveling.
Did you?
Yeah, I messaged you in the GM chat with you.
Oh. I'm just going to say, in the amount of time you have right now, no.
Okay, I was wondering if when we started healing.
No, that would be a multi-hour project.
Okay.
Not something you presently have time for.
Okay.
All right, so the blue line, as you guys can see on the map right now, you have a wall represented by these castle points. This big brown thing is a gaping hole within the outer wall of Ba Sing Se. Yes, proportions are garbage, and I am aware, but that's what that's representing.
How dare you have garbage proportions, you monster.
And this game where there isn't a map or distance rules.
Yeah, exactly.
God, go fuck yourself.
The blue box is kind of like a shimmering force field that you guys know is difficult for difficult but presently not impossible for spirits to get through. Whenever somebody with a high amount of spiritual energy comes close to it, they kind of bounce off of it as though it was cellophane wrapped. And beyond that, you can see this dark looming shadow surrounded by a bunch of small spirits featured here. You would all recognize, well, not all of you, but most of you would recognize Sombra and a bunch of dark foxes that you guys ran into in the amphitheater during that one session. Presently, he's the only one you see, and it looks like there is this black vortex directly below him. Looks like a swirling mass of energy that things are being pulled out of. What are you?
Can I get a quick recap of this thing? Because I don't think I was around for the session it appeared in.
Sure. It is the Spirit of Shadows, and long and short of it is, it can make portals.
Oh boy.
Was this not the one that got stronger when attacks that created light were used?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, that was also an important problem with it.
I see.
And that will get relayed to everyone in the group, because we do have several people whose attacks create light.
That we do.
Yeah. So the question is, are you guys going to go and going to go through the field and fight these things head on, or are you just going to sit and wait?
I feel like we're going to have to fight them head on, but some sort of strategy is a good plan.
I mean,
Mostly the earthbenders plus the physical damage dealers doing damage.
I can go through to see if I can do some type of persistent hinder right off the bat.
I can hit people as hard as I can.
Okay.
Rizik persistent hindering Sombra at the beginning might not be a bad plan.
Yeah. I don't know if Samael also has any special anti-spirit stuff that would be useful in this situation.
Are you turning and looking at him?
Yeah, I will ask Samael if they know of anything that would be especially effective against them or help weaken them.
He's... Hold on a minute. What was everybody's awareness checks that I asked for earlier?
I got succeeded with minor twist.
Same.
7.
Also,
Wait,
succeed.
we're rolling stuff?
Well, I asked that earlier, so...
Yeah, unless you want to give one of us a boost, Genzi.
Can
Have
I?
Nora point something out that we ignored.
I doubt. You're asking me to point shit
I mean,
out?
I can try to assist someone with insight.
Okay.
I have suggestion. Can I suggest that you look at shit?
Sure.
Sure.
I'll try. I will try to assist Yura.
There. I'm persuading you to. I'm suggesting
Alright,
that
Yura
you
gets a +1.
persuasively look at shit. Except
Hans,
it's
you
a
probably roll
2.
3D for that, and you take mid.
Oh, whoops! I totally hit the wrong thing then.
Look at me being all persuasive and shit.
Still a +1. All right.
Still +1.
Okay.
Yep. No change.
No change. All right.
I think 7. Yeah, 7's still the same.
Okay, as you guys were approaching here, Yura, you looked back and saw Yukia giving Samael a kiss, saying for luck.
Yura's just going to nod briefly and give them their moment.
Okay. Samael is going to look at you all and say, actually, I do think I know a couple of runes, but it would be a way of extending the force field. That way it makes a zone that would cut off this thing from being able to make portals.
Sounds useful. What needs to happen for it?
He's going to start drawing some runes in the ground after, smearing some black ichor on one of his fingers from his satchel. He's actually going to turn to Rizik and say, if you help, this will be much quicker. And he's going to, show you the thing that you have to draw, since you were studying in the library with him.
Okay, I will join with that and probably go about seeing if I can use metal lying around from the previous battles to start actually just for just speed of getting this done, unless it really has to be the ink he's using.
I mean, he's going to tell you that, if you use, don't worry about it. we can get more of this, no big deal. But like, if you insist, like, just making sure that the lines are crisp and drawn, the seal should take effect as soon as we finish the patterns.
Okay.
Sean, do you have otherworldly mythos? I forget if you trained that up while you were in the library.
I do have that at a D6.
Please roll that.
Would this be? I'm assuming that seals can seals qualify as an invention, or can I use metal bending for this since I'm shaping with that?
No, lightning calculator.
Damn. And this is also not going to involve. This can't count as gearhead either.
No.
Okay, I am going to spend a +1 on this.
Okay, roll it.
Lightning calculator. Can Thomas boost because he was also
Sure.
there?
Sure. Gives you a 1.
Okay. Calculator, ultimate missiles, status. Wow, that was atrociously bad.
Fail or succeed with a major twist. Your choice.
Or collection.
It doesn't matter. He didn't
No,
use a principal.
collection's not going to help in this case because my principles didn't matter here. I kind of want to see what happens with succeed with a major twist in this case.
Okay. Okay, so success with a major twist?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, everyone.
I mean, it's gonna make things interesting, and Izzy's like, thanks for the gift.
It is thanks for a gift, because I wasn't actually sure how I was going to do this otherwise, so thank you. Samael shows you the glyph, and he says if you put it over there at that point, and I put 1 here, it should like make an oblong part of the field. That way we can make it so his portals will no longer be effective. And as part of your major twist, you do it, and you actually manage to make a pretty good rendition of his seal. Granted, it's in the dirt, but as soon as you touch down, and he touches his down, they light up with this purplish red energy, which begins to interact with the force field. And it's starting to, between the 2 points, it's making like a dome, and it's spreading outwards, and as it does so, it, hold on a minute.
Yep.
The force field begins to part.
Mm-hmm.
Did they do the opposite of what they meant to do?
The seal worked exactly as Samael intended.
Remember who kissed Samael right before this?
Yeah.
Do we know about that?
You don't.
You don't.
I don't know anything about making out.
Well, we
Dad
know that
would be
knows
mortified if I started making out with boys.
Sean, you
Everyone
betrayed
knows
us.
it's out of character. Nobody knows it's in character.
Yeah, out
we
of
all know
character,
what
all
kiss
of us are like, fuck.
Yeah, you're just gonna look at that and go, "What just happened?"
Have I even met Samael in character?
Yes.
I think I've been unconscious.
I think this seal's interfering with the other seal, and Rizik is going to start taking out notes.
As you take out notes, another portal is appearing directly in front of you guys, and stepping through.
It's not even blocking the portal.
No. Is like the hole sneezes, and there is just this green spider web that shoots out, connecting from all the buildings. Just this green glue that's hung like streamers or lanterns, now hanging low on everything. And then from where one of these snot-like spiderwebs is congealing, you just see this one large green eye appearing. And Mother Glowworm is going to look and say, "Finally! Sombra! Get in here, child!" And
Look at them.
they're all going to be coming in, and another creature is going to actually step through the portal. He should be a little bit bigger.
God damn it.
About the same size as your goat gorilla now.
Another goat gorilla? Oh my god.
The size of the goat gorilla, muscles pulsating, veins are completely dyed green. Everything about this individual is just like... He has the physique of Kakan with the proportions of Minghua. Still wearing a Fire Nation helmet and a metallic style backpack strapped to him with tubes and needles sticking out of his shoulders and along his spine. And as this individual steps through the Hellfire Bender, you could just feel the air not only intensify in heat, but also it takes on a dark and ominous aura. And that is where we are going to start, everybody. Since you only did one round, we are actually reverting back to green.
Izzy, can I make an insight check about what happened there for
Sure.
Samuel?
Sure. Make me an insight check.
Ooh.
You don't know shit.
From probably principle of the Nomad for if something makes at all any sense, like that just did the opposite of what he said it would.
With an 8, Samael's eyes flashed green for a brief moment as the force field parted, and he looked straight at Rizek.
Hey.
That's all you get there.
Green's not a good color.
It is not.
Mm-hmm. So it would seem.
Yeah. Good job, Han. You found out where I took this sprite from. That's what the Hellfire Bender's sprite is doctored up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That was easy.
Anyway,
Yeah. I mean, it's not. Yeah.
it's pretty obvious. Anyway, real quick thing about here. You guys have the allies you brought with you. You have Mother Glowworm, Sombra, and the Hellfire Bender. The three of them are villains. Everything else is going to be a minion unless otherwise stated. As the Hellfire Bender enters, Mother Glowworm is going to look at him and say, "Go! Burn the city down!" And he is going to start trouncing off to another zone. So you guys...
Is this going to be like the previous fight where zone changes require a turn?
Yeah.
I'm going to say is I will totally zap him as he's doing that if I have range.
This is just prep stuff. You can choose to follow him into his zone, or you can choose to stay and fight Mother Glowworm and Sombra. These are the two zone options you guys have for this fight.
Great.
Another thing of note is, as the force field parts, you're going to notice a couple of humans also starting to trickle in. Han, you would recognize these people.
Oh, fuck!
Oh boy.
You remember all those wall workers?
What?
I thought they
Oh,
were
it's
safe.
So for a sec, I thought Izzy was going to throw airbenders at us.
No.
Is the one that was helpful there, or is it just the assholes?
It's the assholes.
Oh, okay.
Because they were right at the wall not doing shit.
Yes, they were.
Anyway.
I'm torn, because I sort of want to send Akasaka after Hellfirebender since he's best against solo stuff. But also be a Spiritor.
I think we need him here.
I think we need him here.
Other thing of note, real quick, because again, I want to give you all the information up front that you are allowed to have. Obviously, Mother Glowworm is an advanced villain. The other two...
What does that mean?
Means more tricks. She has more tricks up her sleeve.
Okay.
One of which...
Tacked on a bunch of extras to her.
Yeah, there's a bunch of extra stuff going on with her. It'll be obvious when minions come in for either Sombra or Mother Glowworm. They're the ones that spawn. Hellfire Bender is his own thing. The environment. If you guys ever pass to the environment, or I will just pick one of you, when the environment goes, I am going to ask you guys to roll a d6. If you guys roll a 1, the environment will be helpful. If you roll a 2 or a 3, the environment is neutral. It's probably going to hurt everyone. If it is a 4 or higher, it is going to benefit the enemies. The size of the die for the environment may change over the course of this fight that I ask you to roll.
Based on what we let Hellfirebender do.
Based off of stuff in general. It could go down to a D4, or it could go up to as high as a D10.
Great!
Those are the two extremes. It's starting off at a D6.
So, tactically, we probably need to send 2 people after the Hellfirebender.
At least.
I'm happy to do it.
2 people plus 1 NPC is probably the correct grouping for that, I think.
Oh, that's not good. It is your choice. I'm telling you guys this now. I'm giving this as your 5-minute prep time.
I mean, it feels fitting that I fight him, but...
It would feel fitting that I fight him too, except...
Is a private question.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, in some ways, Minghua's one of the better people to send against him, but Minghua, A, really wants to punch the big problem, and B, fire scary bad. Send animal against fire.
After him. I was going to say... your tactical appraisal is probably either herself or Kakan have to go after him to like, undo the fires he's lighting.
Why don't I go with Kakan then?
That was actually going to be what my suggestion is in character.
Great.
Yeah,
Right.
I can hit hard myself, and I can play good support to Kakan as needed.
Nice.
We send them Caden as well because Caden can waterbend.
Sure.
If you
I
want.
was going to say...
And like Kakan, I'm also not actually using fire.
So it's mostly... We probably want to keep anyone who can attack without creating light fighting the main threats.
I mean...
True.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Yuki was Firebender?
Yukie is a firebender, yes.
Tactically, Yura would probably say, we take 2 of the Firebenders to go stop the Hellfirebender, and if Hotaru is volunteering, that's a logical one.
Alright!
I know that out of character, this is a terrible idea.
Out of character in different circumstances, it would be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't have any reason to suspect things, so yeah, this is fine.
Yep,
sorry,
because
Kakan.
right now, I only suspect Samael.
Okay. So if you are going to deal with the Hellfirebender, please move yourself below the box in Zone 2. If you're going to stay and fight Mother Glowworm, I'll say for now you guys can just stay in the Zone 2 box.
Oh, wait, actually, I realized something.
Box in zone 2?
What did you realize, Yura?
Like here?
Yeah.
The actual probably better pick over Yukie's Jasper, if he's willing to do it.
I mean, Jasper is...
Jasper's tied to Kakan.
I feel like if Jasper's tied to Kakan, I think send Jasper down with Hotaru and Kakan is actually the better plan.
Yep.
That's a good call.
Not also Yuki.
Nah. I don't.
No, we need I feel like we need a lot of people here.
Yeah, I think we were good on where we are.
Okay. So
Okay.
this is your guys' grouping?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep.
I mean,
Oh,
it's a backup question there, but yeah, if depending on the answer, yes.
Don't know where to go.
Yura's going to sign to Ming while watch Samael.
And
Minghua will nod.
I'm gonna stay by Minghua, regardless of if Minghua is gonna go into crazy bullshit.
Okay.
Watch Samael and then a brief and then a symbol of green.
Laura, you sound skeptical. Don't you think I can hold my own?
This is fine. If the nanny goes down, Nara unlocks rage mode, right?
That's true. I'll just lose my shit in a temper tantrum.
okay.
Yeah, no, that'll be entertaining.
All right, so who's first? Out of you guys is the question.
Probably Minghua or Rizik, just given that we'll go down too fast otherwise.
Can we attack them when they're over there, or are they too far away?
Hold on a minute. Let me.
I feel like Minghua smashed Sombra before anybody buffs happen might be one of the ones that makes the most sense.
I'll just say, as long as I can go before the Firebender, or the Hellfire Bender, so I can heal. That's all I ask.
You should be at the top of your next highest zone right now because we healed before this.
Next highest.
No, so like if you were in
no,
yellow,
just-
go up
just
to the
highest.
top of yellow.
I was in red. I'm at the top. Of red.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making Zone 2. Zone 3 be the battle against Mother Glowworm. Zone 2 is once again going to be against Hellfire Bender, and Zone 1 is going to be back at the wall, where if something happens with them, you guys have other problems. You guys have so many other problems.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we go Meanwhile, then Kakan, then past an NPC.
That sounds fair.
Your NPCs will all be going on boomies ticks.
Okay, I think we have to pass to one of the villains after that, probably then.
Sure.
Okay.
All right, so who's first?
Minghua first.
Sounds like me.
All right, good luck, Minghua. You're up.
Maximum Smash Minghua.
Main problem is that my best maximum smash will give the thingy a boost. No, wait! Blow that up immediately because I'm in red. Never mind!
Sure.
Earn treats will be used as a hinder to immediately negate the bonus that Fucko would have been getting.
Sure.
Please hold selecting dice.
I do enjoy how we have the same ability, but we call it different things.
Me too, and also, yeah, fuck it, let's pump a +3 into this.
So max plus min?
Yeah, fuck it, I'll blow a collection to pump that damage up. That one turns into a 10.
Okay, so 16 plus 3 is
those numbers.
19?
Yep, 19 damage, and then I get a +3 boost.
Okay.
Is this with the Malort?
It has Malort in it. Gross.
Wait, you actually acquired Malort?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what these brought up.
Why would you ever subject yourself to that?
Because Gavin's a sadist.
Oh. Okay, so this is going to go through, but since you're attacking Mother Glowworm, two things are triggering right now.
I thought I was attacking Sombra.
Oh, you're attacking Sombra. Never mind then.
Yeah, people were saying that they wanted Sombra down first, so Mingwa was just like, okay, punch.
God damn.
I think kill the summoner first is generally a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I'll bring that and get rid of it.
Oh, okay. Okay, what was the damage again?
19.
19. Kenzie, could you mute while you and Gavin are talking about drinks? Okay. You have dealt that much damage to Sombra. He has, actually, no, I take that back. He has thick hide, because he is Shadowborn, so he takes 2 less damage.
Oh no, still 17 damage.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. You, as he is, like, opening a portal directly below him for something to come out, you just, like, run over and just wail on him, and he's just like, ah!
He opens a portal, I curb stomp his head into the edge of the portal.
Pretty much. And you're just like, what the... And that's it. Who you passing to, Minghua?
Kakan.
Alright.
Kakan, you're up.
So, can Kakan recognize, Director Crutch's work for what it is? Hello?
I mean, I feel like we probably would have mentioned Hellfirebender to you.
Yeah, like...
You have vaguely mentioned to him. This is his first time seeing him.
Fair.
You know what, Kakan? Just because of your backstory, the aperture that is on this dude's back, it looks shockingly similar to the pain-inducing floor model that you had to endure to get your powers. So yeah, you would recognize Fire Nation tech.
Gotcha.
Though it seems to have again, he's towering over you by a bit. So either they did something wrong, or they supercharged him, or something else has been affecting him. Like, he should not look like this.
Yeah, I figured as much. Yeah, Kakan is going to be very unnerved at this thing that could very well have been him. So, yeah, he's going to just kind of, he's actually going to shake in his boots a little bit before he steels himself. I truly hope that you can hear me in there, whoever you are. And, I'm going to use Meltdown.
Okay. Yeah. As you say that and start to melt down, you're throwing... Well, show me the damage numbers.
So the first 6 and the 2 are going to go to him. The other 6 is going to go into me.
Okay. So you heal 6.
Yeah.
He does not actually heal from nuclear. So that's 8 damage to him.
Okay.
And as you burn him, saying, "I hope you could hear me in there," you just look, and his mask tilts up, and you just see these bloodshot eyes, as like what you used to have. Like, most of his uniform is burned off and tattered, and his veins are just like enlarged, sitting on top of his skin, with this green pulsing ichor just going through him. And as he takes the hit, he just looks up at you and says, "Yera!"
You cut out for you backed away from the mic. What was that?
Yera. In a
Yera.
A demand every time the Hellfire Bender speaks now, he needs to sound like Bane.
No.
Yeah.
Bane from the new Harley Quinn show?
No.
Specifically Bane from New Harley Quinn.
Yeah. Did you want Jasper to do anything, Kakan? Because you do control him.
Yeah. Let's just to test the waters. Let's have Jasper throw some fire at him.
Roll it. D10. Single die.
Flat D10. Thank you. No, not that. There we go.
Yeah, you could just roll nuclear on your sheet with a single die roll as well if you want.
Oh, I see.
5. Okay. He takes some damage. It looks like he is definitely being scorched. Not as much as you would otherwise expect from an individual that's currently being hit with dragon fire.
Yeah, that's typical. All right.
He's very
sort of as expected.
Yeah.
He's very healthy.
Yeah, it was worth trying.
Yeah.
All right.
Who you passing to, Kakan?
I believe we said NPCs, yeah? So let's do that.
Okay, so I'm just... Boomy represents NPCs.
Oh, no, I think NPC enemies was the...
No. I thought it was Boomy first and then the enemies, but...
Either way, we're passing to Izzy.
Yeah.
Who are you? Who do you want to go next? Your call. It's your turn.
Especially if is it friendly Izzy or enemy Izzy?
Let's start with friendly Izzy.
Okay, NPCs.
Yeah.
You guys specified you want Sombra to be taken down first, correct?
Yep.
Seems like.
Okay.
That's definitely where we started hitting first.
Okay. First off...
I feel like Maywa should be next to him right now.
Boomy is giving everybody in Zone 2 a +3.
Ooh.
Very nice.
That's good.
Akasaka... What's your dice again? I never remember this. Akasaka is going to run forward and attack with his sword. 13 damage.
Nice.
Reduced.
I'm gonna point out, if he dies immediately after this, he did do his job successfully.
Yeah.
Which one was he attacking?
Sombra, because that's what you guys said to attack.
Okay.
Boomy is boosting. Caden is... What is Caden gonna do? I think Caden is just going to do a water whip. He's going to hinder Sombra and Mother Glowworm, giving them each a -1. That is it for allied NPCs.
Yep.
Pass to Sombra before he gets boosted, maybe?
It's my choice. It's my choice, and I'm definitely passing it to Sombra before he fucking dies.
Tee-hee.
Yeah, you are not Sombra, you are the Hellfire Bender. There you are. Okay, well, attack 2 nearby targets. Hey, Minghua and Akasaka are right next to him.
What up?
He's, going to attack you guys. He's actually going to, open up a portal immediately, next to you guys, that on a wall that's kind of like bathed in shadow, and just this dark wisps of air are gonna come out and just like kind of hit you guys. It's cold, it cuts you to the bone. It does not feel good by any stretch. And he is going to be dealing you guys. You are so much more useless than I thought you were. 3 damage each. And yes, I've already taken into account the -1 he has.
What type of damage?
Cosmic.
Yeah, no resistance there.
Yeah.
Can I use Simon Says?
What does that do?
Isn't that an active ability, not a reaction?
Yeah,
It's an action. It's an action. You need to wait for your turn.
Wait, so is he hitting everyone or?
No.
Meanwhile, and Akasaka.
Okay, sorry, I got.
It'd be so much more useful as a reaction.
Yep. Yeah, it would. For the lulls, Minghua or Han, roll me a d6.
Sure.
You're passing to the environment.
No, I want to see if Akasaka saves.
Oh.
I forget what the
Slash
input
R,
is.
not R/.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Or you could just use your sheet and hit one d6. I'm confident you.
That's boring. I rolled a 1.
Yay! Akasaka did one hit.
Akasaka's down again!
Great.
This guy is a
One hit wonder.
one-hit wonder. Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate the consistency. It's highly entertaining.
Yeah. Next up, all the Dark Wolves spirits are going to come in for attacks, and everybody in Zone 3, for simplicity, is going to get attacked for 3 damage.
I'm going to defend.
Please do.
Type of damage?
This is melee. Yes.
Cool, I take 0.
I also take 0.
Cool.
And get a +2 buff.
Everybody else takes 3. Huzzah!
3 what is he?
3 damage.
What type?
Melee.
Rude.
Okay.
Probably start putting together a half-assembled device that I block with or something.
Yep, next up,
do we notice who they were attacking, or is it, or not?
Dark Fox spirits are attacking everyone.
Including, say, UPA and Samael?
Yep.
Okay.
Is that, everyone in Zone 3 or everyone?
Everyone in Zone 3.
Okay.
Next up, I'm passing to Han.
Okay.
Because I can.
Oh, we're in green, so I don't have a whole lot of options.
What's your... Oh, yeah, your health is still there.
Alright, I'm gonna go for 2-for-1 special. I'm gonna target Sombra and one of the Fox Spirits.
Okay. Cool.
Coin, range...
Everybody's beating up Sombra.
Okay, so 5 to Sombra, 1 to a Fox Spirit.
Okay. Sombra takes it, and I'm just going to arbitrarily say this Fox Spirit. Does it save? It saves. It downgrades.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This one. Okay, who are you passing to, Han?
Let me look at the tracker.
I need to put the environment on there. Yeah, this is a good environment as any, I guess.
What do we think? Do we throw it to enemies, or do we want to keep the momentum up?
We only have a couple of enemies left.
We'll see. There's going to be 2 enemies plus the environment in a moment.
No, oh yeah, 2 enemies environment.
Plus whatever Hotaru does, which I'm not sure right now.
And there are...
Shall we throw it to Hotaru then?
why you guys have such trepidation here.
I think either Hotaru or environment.
I was going to throw it to the environment.
I like environment.
Roll me a d6, Han.
Yeah, this is gonna be your fault, Han.
Yeah. Blaming you, Han.
Yep.
Damn it.
All your fault.
To die.
I mean, I suppose you could spend one of your collections to change what the result is.
I mean, what is that actually? So what is that actually going to do, though?
So
I think that for us is
a 4 or higher, it benefits the enemies.
I mean,
You know what? I have a bunch of collections.
Oh, you want to make if you make it a 1, it benefits you guys.
I'll make it a 1.
Oh,
Hooray!
This is why I mentioned that.
I have a feeling we're going to need it.
okay. So yeah, from the back wall in Zone 1, you just hear the voice of Arashi saying, "Aim! Fire!" And a bunch of boulders are going flying, crashing down on all the enemies in Zone 2. The boulders are going to break open into water, and between Arashi and Hama, they're also going to be applying a -1 hinder on all the enemies that just took 6 damage.
Dang.
Hooray!
Thank you,
Do you mean
Han.
Zone 3, I hope, not Zone 2?
Just Zone 3. Only enemies.
Okay. Because you said 2.
Okay. And since... Oh, right, I have to roll all these guys now for... Okay, half of these guys downgrade. You are now a 4. You are now a 6. You are now a 6. Okay, since this is the first time in this scene Mother Glowworm has taken damage, you guys are noticing that as these rocks are flying in, the eyeball that's staring up and watching one of these boulders about to connect with the eye, suddenly the eyeball shrinks into the goo and it like slinks across the spiderweb and appears elsewhere in the zone, completely avoiding the damage. Mother Glowworm has this network of slime ability. So if you guys want to deal damage, you either have to deal damage to the slime network, or you have to make 4 overcome actions to corner her, so you can actually hit the main body. So you either have to deal with a separate HP tracker for the slime, or corner Mother Glowworm if you actually want to connect with her.
Okay.
All right. Since the environment has gone, let's go with Yira.
Okay. I'm assuming Sombra's thing is you're in the same zone as him. For light.
Yeah.
Alright, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna giant AoE blast these. I'm trying to remember, the last time that we fought these dark foxes, were they immune to fire?
They were not.
We're gonna hit all the enemies in this zone.
Is that including the slime network?
That is including slime network.
Slime network.
You're good at damage, not overcome.
Okay.
Also, I want to heal.
Sure. Roll it.
Valid.
Is it worth burning a collection to do 10 damage to all of them, I think, right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I think,
Probably,
yeah. I'll use a collection to do 10 damage to all the enemies.
Okay. So Sombra does take takes most of that, but he does get a boost, also based off of the mid die, which is a +3. I'm just going to grab that for myself.
Oh, wait, shit, I'm sorry. I have a bonus. Sombra takes 13 damage.
Izzy, if Nick collections, it's actually a +4, isn't it?
No, it's a 10.
10.
Yeah, 10 plus 3.
I'm sorry, I thought 10 was 4 for some reason.
No.
Nope, 10 plus 3. Also, Izzy, hit Sombra for an extra 3.
3. Okay.
Doesn't that make it a +4 then, though?
No, because it's the mid.
bonus
It's the mid die.
to the
Oh, because
damage
it's based on the
bonus.
die size, not the total.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. You've taken out these 3 fox spirits. The rest of these are downgraded.
Mm-hmm.
Has to.
I'm waiting to hear the final of everything happening.
Oh, right. Are you also hitting the workers?
Workers?
The
Further
wall
out
fuckers.
in the zone.
Yeah, the earth-bending workers that have green eyes.
Non-lethally.
You dealt 10 damage to them?
Yep.
I'm not sure there is non-lethal.
Yeah, non-lethal when you're hitting
I
everything.
mean, mostly I'm trying to trap them in a ring of fire is how I would describe non-lethal damage, is you can't leave this ring of fire, and it's a lot of heat and exhaustion.
Okay, they all downgrade. They are all now D4s.
Don't hit them with the direct blast, hit them with, oh boy, the air around you sure is hot, and it's a little hard to breathe right now.
Yep. I forgot about them. I didn't make them attack. Oh well. Any,
Into the zone.
They probably weren't being paid enough to do it.
Yeah.
they were
Union
part of. They were
fair.
part of. Everybody gets hit with the thing. All right, who are you passing to, Yara?
I think Hellfire Bender.
Fun. So he's just going to look at the two of you, and under his breath, again, dark and growling, he's just be like, "Yara!" And as he's saying that, the mechanical backpack on him, it looks like there's this bellows unit that's going to expand and then contract into him, and you just can see all of his muscles tensing as he looks up in the sky, his fingers clenching as he just, roars in both, pain, steroid pumps. You guys know what I'm talking about, effectively.
Yep.
And he is getting a boost for 2, and then he is going to attack both Kakan and Hotaru with infernal energy as all this green fire coalesces in his palm, and he just wreaths the entire area in it. Absolutely no control. It's like a bomb went off. Buildings are being lit ablaze. You guys are taking the brunt force of it.
Okay. Let's see. Is Hotaru, are you in yellow currently?
Yes.
Alright, then I think I can use Atomic Backlash to defend you.
And I'm going to use Tectonic Shift to defend you.
Okay. Single absorption die, so just that.
Okay, this is 10 damage.
Shit. Yeah, I'll use.
Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. That's not good for us.
I mean,
All right,
sometimes
yeah,
the dice have something.
Can I use? No, I have to declare that beforehand, don't I?
Oh,
Yeah, I'll use a collection to boost that to 8.
Okay, so Hotaru, you're taking 2, and Hotaru, you're defending Kakan
For 7.
for 7. Okay, so Kakan, you only take 3.
Thank you.
You are both hindered 1. Also, roll me Jasper's D10, please.
Oh boy. Stop. There we go.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So, using minion rules.
Jasper
He
downgrades
downgrades.
to a D8.
No, they're minions.
Yeah.
Jasper gets hit in the face with this infernal energy and just collapses onto the roof of a nearby building.
Great.
Right.
He's not dead, but he's definitely KO'd.
Yeah.
I mostly still like, guys, remember we have collections if we want to use it here. I'm not sure it's worth it, but...
I mean, that was unfortunately my last one, so...
Yeah.
Oh.
With that, I will now pass to Hotaru.
Okay. Do we think it's better
Oh.
to just hurt?
Wait. Nope, that's fine. Keep going. I apologize.
Do we think it's better to just hurt the Hellfire Bender, or should I try to hinder him?
Hindering might be better at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, because I don't have a way of hindering, so...
All right, then I'll try to slow him down. I'm going to use Stone Shackles.
Okay. Roll it.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, damage is good. I'm going to burn a collection here and turn that 1 into a 9.
-3. Okay.
And I get to
And
hurt
also
him.
damage.
How much damage?
9.
Dang.
I remember that about Bird. It's so fun.
His mechanical backpack is going to reach forward and defend him.
Ooh, interesting.
We knew he could do
For
that.
2.
Fine by me.
So he still takes
so,
7.
yeah, I'm literally just going to have like the stones come out of the ground as like hands and just grab him and yank him hard to the earth enough to like try and crack some bones.
Okay. You do that, and as you do that, the backpack is defending him, knocking off some of it, and it's also injecting him with a needle, giving him a +1 to reduce the penalty. It defends and boosts him. So he's now at a -2 total.
Still, I'll take that for 7 damage on him.
Yeah. Who are you passing to?
Who's left?
Rizik, Nara, and Mother Glowworm.
I'm going to pass to Rizik. I'm
what
going to
about-
pass to Rizik.
With some regret, I have to ask, what about UK and Samael? Are they doing anything?
They were part of the.
In NPCs, I thought.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, they're NPCs, yeah.
Actually,
Yeah,
I did not have them go, actually.
Yeah, that's why I'm pointing it out, because their names got mentioned as being in a slightly separate group now.
Yeah.
Do you want to just have them go with Mother Glowworm to fix that for this
Yeah,
turn?
I will do that.
Okay, then again, I pass to Rizik.
Okay.
Okay.
Rizik. Crunch time!
Who in my zone has penalties, by the way? Is it just enemies, or does anyone in Zone 2 that's an ally have a hinder?
Zone 3, and
Only Zone 3 has hinders.
I'm fine.
Yeah, no, there's no one in your zone besides enemies that have hinders.
Do
Okay.
you want me to super punch again?
I was thinking I was going to work on the overcomes for cornering Mother Glowworm.
I think that one's a question of, do we want to work on overcomes or do we want to work on doing HP damage to it? Because we should pick one and not the other there.
You guys have currently dealt 16 damage to its network. I'm not telling you how much HP it has, but it still looks very
Does
healthy.
doing HP damage to it also affect its overcome threshold, or are
Nope.
they completely separate?
No, and that's why I say I feel like we should do one
Yeah,
or the other.
One is breaking, the other is cornering her.
Okay,
So they're
then
separate.
second question, does hinder against Mother Glowworm only matter for Mother Glowworm only teleports out of the way of attacks, right?
That's what you have to assume, yes.
Hey, throw the persistent hinder on her if it works would be really good.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a persistent hinder.
Okay.
I'm going to have Thomas assist me with metal bending what I need, and wow, these have been bad dice tonight.
Oh, you should be rolling 3 dice for that.
No,
That was Thomas.
That's Thomas.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
it's still a +1. Better than
Yeah, but a lot of the helpful NPCs have been getting a lot of 2 and unders.
Yeah, so I am going to basically try to metal bend restraints that have seals built into them around Mother Glowworm.
Okay. Roll it.
Okay. Can I use my personal skill for that, or no?
I'll allow it.
Okay. Gotta build up this pool.
You currently
Okay.
also have a +2 in your mods.
Okay, yep, I do, which those are parts that I can use for when I was, like, knocking out, when I was defending against the other spirits, just starting to build seals to use. I have Thomas's +1, so I will take that 6, which will become a 9, for a -3 persistent.
-3 on Mother Glowworm. Good to know. No, you managed to shackle enough of the web that she is going to have difficulty moving around. She has successfully been hindered. Who are you passing to?
Though I also get to use that 6 again due to crunch time, which I think I am going to use to fling a piece of metal at Sombra of basically as I'm building these shackles and seals, I'm going, this part isn't right, and just flinging it towards him.
Okay, again, he doesn't take the full 6. Some of it just goes through his wispy form, but he does definitely take most of it.
Okay. And I think I might then pass to Mother Glowworms. That way we can end on Nara.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Oh, okay. First off, I'll have Yuki and Samael go because they haven't done anything yet. Samael is going to be drawing a seal in the ground and then slamming his hand into it. Of course, that's when I roll the 10. He's actually going to be giving a boost to all the spirits, invigorating them. This includes the workers, the Dark Fox, Sombra, and Mother Glowworm, all getting a +3. Yuki, on the other hand, is... Who's dealt the most damage right now?
Define most, because it's either me or Minghua, depending on what you define as most.
Fair, and you're right there. Yira, she's lashing out at you with her ribbons. 5 damage, projectile.
I don't think anything's wrong, guys. Everything's okay.
Oh, everything's perfectly fine.
You're just so... Alright, well, good to know that both of you are compromised.
And with that, Mother Glowworm is going to look at you all and say, "Compromised! You're just acting like naughty brats, you monsters. Just let us through." And with that, she is going to roll. You see her eye just kind of like compress into the slime web and expand a little bit. And let's see. Tendrils of green goo are just going to start dripping onto the ground as though it's like an acid rain. But it's not acid, it's this snot stuff. And, and
Can I offer them a tissue?
You may. Min die, which is this. Okay, there are 6 more Mother Glowworms that appear.
What?
Excuse me, she just made, like, false duplicates.
She made smaller versions of herself. There are more eyes that are appearing around the area. And because it's that size, they would be this one. I am using the color to represent the die size. These are D8 minions. And she has made 6 of them.
And is it just minions, or is there some other mechanical effect as well?
As far as you know, they're just minions. The minions themselves have no other mechanical effect outside of being minions. The fact that Mother Glowworm...
The point is, we can tell which one is Mother Glowworm herself.
It's the obviously biggest one is Mother Glowworm.
Mm-hmm.
And with that, it is now going to Nara.
I have zero idea what to do now that all this shit's happened. Thanks.
Or you can control initiative for next turn.
Does that roll over like that for that thing?
It will if you actually deal damage.
Yeah, if you do damage to someone, you control who they pass to, and that's the start of next turn.
Okay, I'm gonna run away from all the weird green snot monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go help Minghua punch whatever the fuck this thing is.
Sombra, okay.
So I am gonna root through my bag and I am going to attack using suggestion.
Sure.
I'm going to suggest that they light themselves on fire quite loudly and then fire a bottle rocket in their face.
Yes, please, light me on fire, child. says Sombra as it stares at you as you're trying to strike the match onto the bottle rocket.
Is fire not good? Does fire not hurt this thing?
It does!
Fire hurts this thing, it just also buffs it. But,
It
oh
gets
well.
stronger
Oh
when
well,
light shows
start a
up.
bottle rocket, let's go.
Oh boy.
2.
2 damage? Okay, it doesn't take any damage.
And
But you get to move it somewhere.
Yeah, where do you want to move it?
Away. So, like, over here.
Okay. It is
Not
that...
sure that really does anything.
I think that's still in the same scene. I think it's mostly a question of do we send it over to Kakan and Hotaru?
no!
Or to the wall.
Is this water? What is this blue?
That's the force field that has been parted.
Oh.
Did she slam it into the force field?
Oh, that could be interesting.
Yeah. I thought this was water.
Okay, yeah, you have it slam into the force field. For an amusement factor, re-roll the d12.
How do I just roll that one?
It's the little symbol that's right next to your creativity power.
There we go. 8.
Okay, so we're changing the numbers on that. It's taking 6 damage instead.
Sweet.
Okay, and who are you passing to now, Nara, as we tick into yellow?
Okay. Everybody's back at the top.
Yep.
If you pass to that, then you decide who goes after it.
That's true. I guess I'll let that thing go. Sombra.
Okay.
And then after Sombra, I would like...
Well, you don't need to decide that now.
Okay.
She should, actually.
That's fair.
I would like Ming-Hua to go after if Ming-Hua is alive. And if Ming-Hua is dead, then I would like Dad to go.
Okay.
All right.
I have a backup plan. I don't know, I have the utmost
that's
faith
fair.
in you, Ming-Hua. But...
Hey, it's top of round. People have defense back.
Or, wait, can I give it back to myself so that I can hinder everybody?
Yeah, you can do
Am I
that.
allowed to do that?
Yeah, it can
Okay,
pass.
yeah, because I have this that I want to use.
Okay, so...
Oh, that's good.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Yeah,
good.
so I
So-
would like to go after Sombra.
So after you zap it into this wall, it's going to make a portal directly underneath it and come back out directly behind you and attack you. And Ming-Hua.
Not great, but okay.
Or behind you.
Because, yeah, it's just going to be like, that wasn't very nice. And give you a funny look, Nara, and it's just going to be like, you!
Me!
Oh, it recognizes Bazu, I guess.
Oh, fuck.
How many ex-girlfriends does Bazu have?
Don't worry about it.
Are we assuming it's just girlfriends?
Don't ask, don't tell.
Shit. How much damage is this? Max against one, and
I
min
might be
plus
doing this.
min plus max against the other. You don't even know how much damage it is yet!
I know it's more than I want it to be.
Oh, boy.
If either target defends against the attack, the defend works against both attacks. Okay!
I don't want my babysitter to die.
Oh, you're
And I'm
making
finally using my fucking reaction properly.
you're making me re-roll. Okay.
Wait, instead of
How much
doing that,
damage-
do you want me to
how much
defend?
damage-
Too late! It's more damage! Huzzah! You should have waited.
Damn it.
I mean, he can still defend. That
Yeah,
Am I
he's-
allowed to
still an option.
defend?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and...
And we know what the
Wait,
damage
can't I do
is
that
first?
again? It's
No.
You get one reaction.
let's see. So yeah, I can defend
Okay,
Ming-Hua
so
with
wait,
this.
I need to-
So-
Can
Here's
you
one
decide
go.
to defend after you know the damage?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
well, we learned the damage.
Well,
So
actually, you
what's-
have to defend me because Nora's still in green. That's fair.
Yeah.
So since you're the one defending and it's not either of them, the defend will only work on one of them. It's if one of them defends, the other
I
one.
can soak some damage.
Okay, so mid plus min. So Nara, you're taking 11, and Ming-Hua, you are taking 8 cosmic.
Okay.
Thank
block
you,
4 with
Han.
that.
I think it's time to pull out retaliate.
Sure. Bring it.
Where is it?
Strike die.
What's considered nearby to me right now?
Most of the
Oh,
stuff.
fuck's sake!
Anything done.
Fuck this, I'm collection.
God damn.
You're dealing.
Damn,
You're dealing at 18 damage.
I'm assuming that the fact that the damage I take was reduced by a defend reduces the amount of damage
That is correct. So 14
Well,
damage then.
14 damage, yeah.
Congratulations. You guys have almost killed Sombra.
Good.
You got a goal.
Okay. With that, Sombra is passing to Nara because that's who Nara is said to pass to.
And I am using my super special awesome prank zone, and I'm making a smoke bomb!
Yes, that works.
Okay, so... Suggestion...
Creativity.
Wait, I had a boost. I had a +3 on me.
I will apply that. Still up.
It's still alive.
Still alive.
Sombra getting bullied.
He's getting bullied.
I'm
hard.
using a
Good.
collection!
Wait, no, wait, it uses your
Oh no,
max
use
die.
my
Why
max
did you
die,
bother?
never mind.
Yeah, 10. Okay, he's at a -3.
All of the enemies are
Everything
All
is at a
of them.
-3.
Yeah, hinder any number of targets using suggestion.
Nope, it's a fun one.
Wait. Yeah, use your max die. So, every enemy that's nearby, -3, please.
Sure.
Everything in the zone.
All right.
Yeah.
Who are you passing to, Nara?
Was that helpful, guys?
It was very helpful.
Yes, that is very nice.
Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna pass it to Dad.
Han!
Please don't let my babysitter die.
I'm trying not to. I defended your babysitter.
I appreciate it.
Okay, so we are in yellow, so I have access to some more powers.
Where do I put the -3 on everything? Do I put that in the
I already pulled it onto my thing.
Okay,
All right.
thank you.
Who can... Alright, so obviously there's a lot of shit with -3s right now.
Yes.
Who's our
Everything.
strongest board wiper?
You're
That would be
You're,
me.
Okay. So, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use Winds of Fortune.
Unless Minghua has attack everything in red.
No, I am very much a fuck up
Yeah,
a single
yeah.
target.
Bingwa is fuck you in.
I am
Bingwa's entire build is
also-
fuck you in particular.
Once I'm in red, I'm also... Wait, I get a reaction when I change personal zones.
What's your HP at?
22,
Is that...
Not
which is yellow. So...
Is that yellow?
I may boost. Yeah, that's yellow for me.
Oh shit, yeah, okay. Yeah, you can boost someone. Who are you boosting?
I'm gonna boost Han!
Roll me a single suggestion die.
Single suggestion die. 3!
+1, Han.
Cool, okay.
I'm being helpful!
Let's see, do I want to throw my own boost into this? Maybe.
I'm trying to pay attention to my
Yeah,
abilities
I'll
that
throw
I
a
have.
+2 into this.
Okay, so you got
Good.
net +3.
Okay. Does going from an 8 to a 10 do anything for boosts?
No.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so in that case, Yura gets a +3, and Sombra takes 8 damage.
Okay, that is not quite 8 damage, because he has a little bit of DR. Okay. Okay. He's still up. Who are you passing to, Han?
Do we want to give it to any of the enemies, or do we want to just have Yura say fuck the minions?
I think let me say fuck everything and I'll pass to an enemy.
That sounds
Yeah.
good to me. Pass to Yura.
You might be able to finish off Sombra too.
Yep. No, I am absolutely blasting everyone except for the firebender who's really good at controlling other people's fire.
Sounds good.
No, a thing is going to shoot at her and then swerve away and hit Samael instead. And you're just going to give her a look of, yeah, I know what you do.
Yep.
Oh,
Alright,
we're
roll
yellow.
it.
Alright. Well, first off, that gets rerolled. 5 damage to all of them, or do I want to reroll all of that?
Up to you.
5 is average. Fuck it. Let's do it.
You fool.
You fool!
Collection.
You could collection.
Yeah, collection would make it 7.
Yep.
That is actually probably the correct call. So 7 damage to everyone, 10 damage to Sombra. Well, everyone except for Yukie.
Okay. So, Samael...
Are you hitting yourself for heals?
Yeah, I'm healing myself for 1 health.
Samael...
Oh, that's right. I took a hit. You're right.
Samael goes down.
Teehee.
Sombra starts gaining energy from the brightness. He's like, too much! Too much! And, yeah, he was at 5 HP.
Yay!
So yeah, as that happens, he's going to immediately open a portal directly below him as part of his essence, and Mother Glowworm, one of the smaller ones, is going to look at him and say, "We had a deal, Sombra!" And he's just like, "You're not getting it today, Mother. Another time, perhaps." And he's going to head into the shadow portal and vanish. The dark spirits are also kaput, because they can't make that, and you have a bunch of unconscious earthbenders here as well. Were you hitting Mother and the Motherlings as well?
Yes.
Along with
or
them
rather,
Well, I'm hitting Mother's network because I'm assuming I can't hit her herself.
Fair. Okay, so Mother's Network takes another 7, which is... You guys are doing a good job on it.
And I'm assuming the Motherlings are as well.
Oh, so the Motherlings have a gimmick. Well, they don't have the gimmick. Mother Glowworm has a gimmick because they're part of her legion. So, first and foremost, whenever a one of these Motherlings would take damage, they can roll their die and retaliate. Secondly, if they would be completely destroyed, they heal Mother Glowworm back up. Thirdly, their minions, yes, but if they would downgrade, instead of downgrading, they split. So
I hate this.
So rather than you hit them all, and unfortunately, since none of them can actually, how much damage is it? 7. They have a chance. Yep. They have a chance of saving. Let me roll these 6.
Even with the -3.
Never mind. Never mind. Thank you, Dan. So
the joys of hindrance.
So you got you know
how much health I pop and then rise up it by.
You no longer have 6 D8 motherlings. You now have 12 D6 motherlings posted around.
Many regrets.
And let's see, from the damage there. Let's see.
I mean, if they split, that means they can't retaliate instead, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
So that's at least.
That is nice.
Oh boy. Never a good thing to hear Izzy say that.
Yep. That's all that happens on that front. Who are you passing to, Yira?
All right. Kakao and Hatara, how well do you feel taking one more hit before enemies do things?
2 more of these.
I was going to spend my turn boosting myself, so I was pretty confident.
Yeah, I'm good taking some damage.
I think I probably passed a Hellfire Bender.
Hellfire Bender?
I do have a defend available again if someone needs it.
I think we may need that in our
Do those refresh at top of round or on your turn?
On your turn, they refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, I can. Well, just keep in mind, Ziggy, you won't have a defend ready to go.
Right.
I've got mine because I went after Hellfire.
All right.
Right. Okay.
So his backpack.
Well, you always have the reaction. Hit
the deck, but that costs a minor twist.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
No, he doesn't. He can't take a reaction. He used his. I should be
okay. Just do it.
Okay. How's Hellfire?
So Hellfire Bender's backpack again injects him, and it actually gives him a +2 boost, which negates the -2 he had.
Okay.
Rude.
And next up, let's see. He's just looking between the two of you, and he's staring at you, Hotaru. And despite the mask, like with those popped out glasses, you can see the eyes in there, and they're bloodshot and green. And you notice there's a realization in those eyes as he stares at you. And he's just going to say, Yira! And he's just going to rear back, and like a giant ball of green fire is going to appear in his hand. And he's just going to chuck it right at you.
I'm not Yira! I'm not Yira!
Yira!
Okay, well, I guess he chucks the fire, right?
Oh, he chucks the fire at it. So let's see.
I unfortunately cannot defend you.
I'm probably going to hit the deck here.
Okay. It's okay.
Well,
It's max plus mid plus min.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Lot.
12 plus 9 plus 6.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
worth hitting the deck.
I'm going to definitely hit the deck here, Izzy.
Please do.
What is it? It's what is it at the deck? A status die?
Die of your choice, of your skills.
Yeah, how are you fluffing your defending?
I'm gonna try a lava shield.
Sure. Your lava shield is trying to withstand his attack of insatiable rage.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's a bad roll.
You could
How much damage is he doing again?
12 plus 9 plus 6. 25.
Jeebus.
You might have to collect on this.
I think I have to not die.
Yeah.
So
You need
yeah,
to defend.
that's my last collection.
Okay, so 10.
Can't you refresh yours?
He got rid of that.
Oh shit.
It's the single most busted ability in the game.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Have you noticed I'm actually using lava not like out of control?
Good point.
Yeah. So the lava like holds up and like it looks like this infernal energy is getting through, and then you swell up even more lava, very much controlled before it finally breaks through and hits you for 15 damage.
Jeez. And since it was hit the deck, I do get a minor twist, I guess.
Minor twist?
Yeah, I mean, it has to be with hit the deck.
Hotaru, you recognize this guy's eyes.
Wait, what?
You recognize this guy's eyes.
Um,
You're not... back from when you were being broken out.
Broken out.
Of the facility when Yira and Rizik and a group of people were getting you out. You remember this guy's eyes.
He was helping.
He was helping.
wait, he was one of the people helping them?
He was helping get you out.
Did he get left behind? This is literally the first time I'm learning about this.
I know.
The answer is, because I was in charge of that mission, he split off. He and some of the others split off at one point to go after other cells.
And most returned, but not all.
Huh.
Did you know this about him, Yira?
I had suspicions.
Okay.
Um,
Why do you have time for small talk?
By the way, because he hinders himself equal to his max die, so his next attack is at a -4, because he did roll a 12, and he takes damage equal to his mid plus min, so he takes 13 damage. I apologize, I forgot he has DR and damage increase. Take one more damage, Hotaru, and he reduces the damage he's taking. So he is... Oh, he's in double digits.
I'm not doing well, but I'm still up.
You got
Oh
this.
boy.
Of course, now I have infinite reactions, so let's go.
Hooray.
He's at a -4 for his next attack.
If he lives that long.
He just hit double digits.
Mm.
As in he... From triple?
Yes.
Oh boy.
Yes. There's a reason I gave you guys this tracker. Because you need it. With that, Hellfirebender is going to pass to... Make my life easier, I'm going to pass it to Yukie. She is going to do a spin dance with the ribbons and just... thwack Yira and thwack Han. Actually, hold on. Can she do 3 attacks, or is it only 2 targets? Yukie, where did you go? Is it 2 or 3? Oh, never mind. Rizik 2.
Okay. I'm going to defend since we're at a new round.
Sure.
Well, see what the damage is first.
Oh yeah, figure out what the damage is first.
It's only 4 damage.
Yeah, but when you're at 10, that's still a reasonable amount. So...
Alright. Han, are you taking the 4? Are you taking the 4?
I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
just,
taking 4.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take it. Yeah.
Okay.
I do not, and I get a +3.
Cool. Also, as she does this and she hits you guys, she actually manages to tangle you guys up in the ribbon and then swing you guys overhead. And you are now caught in that on the green goo spider web of Mother Glowworm at about roof level in this zone. I'm going to give you guys little green dots because you are on the green goo.
Okay.
Oh boy, that seems bad.
With that, I will actually now pass it to... Let's go to Minghua.
So... Is there anything you can tell us mechanically about what them being on the green goo means? Also, should Rizek have a green dot as well?
Rizek didn't take any of the damage.
Right.
Like, mechanically, as of right now, nothing.
Okay, but it's more that, like, would getting one person down from there be an action, or could I, like, get both of them down if I wanted?
They can trivially jump down themselves.
Okay.
Once we take an action.
Yeah, that's... Yeah. I'm telling you guys that this green goo, being on the green goo, is important. It's not important to you guys right now. It will be important in a little bit.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
Like,
there's nothing discernible about it yet. That's all I can tell you.
Really, I'm just asking what type of thing is it to get someone else off of the green goo?
They can do it as a free action.
I'm assuming it'd be an overcome on your turn, then?
Yeah, if you want to get them off of it as a overcome, you can, or you can just continue doing damage to that section of the goo.
Yeah. If I damage the section of the goo they're in, then they're fine?
If you want to specify that section, yes, I will allow that.
Oh, cool. We're doing that, then.
Okay.
Smash goo.
Smash goo real hard.
Hopefully goo is not flubber.
Earn treats. What are you using earn treats on?
Probably more smash goo.
Okay. Please roll smash goo.
So smash goo is 11, and then 5 for second smash goo.
So that's 16 total?
Yep, and I would like to free... Since I'm smashing goo twice, can I free both Han and Yura?
Yes, I will allow it.
Thank you.
Oh, so close, Minghua.
Oh, the goo's still up, huh?
The goo has 1 HP.
Rude.
That's really funny, actually.
There's a single strand
single strand left that this thing can freely track between. Who are you passing to, Minghua?
Let me look at the tracker.
Do we lose our green dots, Izzy?
Yes, you may lose your green dots.
I will pass to the NPCs.
NPC allies. Who's left up?
Yeah, already went.
Caden and Boomy. No, NPC enemies went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The traitors went. The
Yeah,
So I've not gotten that.
Yeah.
Caden and Boomy. Since the old man's already napping.
Yeah, Boomy is going to slam one of his feet into the ground, and just pillars are going to raise up under everybody, giving you guys better vantage points. Everybody get a +1 to your next attack or hinder action. Caden. There's no reason he wouldn't hit Mother Glowworm. So he's going to hit Mother Glowworm, knocking out the last of the strand.
Yay!
Which means I don't have to worry about that now. And the rest of the damage, I will say, carries over. Plus Boomy's damage. She takes 7. Which actually hurts her quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
However, as a reaction, whenever she is attacked...
Bye, Caden.
Whenever you take physical damage...
What attack type did he use? Did he use water? Did he use fire? Did he use metal?
He's using water bending.
Is that physical?
It's physical. He still has an energy surrounding him, like a golden aura. And again, full moon is out, so water bending is slightly more powerful.
Mm.
When you would take physical damage, prevent that damage and create a minion equal to your current status die. Okay, so,
Yay, more mother minions.
So, a D4 pops out. A D4... He punches her and just makes a little motherling that's really tiny. It's still there, though.
Ouchie!
And he's just, like, he hits it with a water whip, and then the whip turns green, and just on his arm is just this mother thing. He's just like, what the hell?
Valid.
Yeah, and then he is going to pass it to Rizek, saying just like, get this thing off me!
I'm pretty sure that's going to be caused by what I do now.
Rows of things available. Sorry, I'd only been looking at the topmost. Oh well, I may.
Is it time for give time from Rizek?
Yeah, I am basically going to use the existing elevation from Yara to just springboard board her even further up into the air with metal by like basically creating metal bending ramp to use as launcher.
Cool.
I will take a boost from Thomas since doing metal bending. Thomas has not been rolling well.
Still a +1!
Thomas is doing his best.
He's trying, guys.
Okay,
Thomas is a small child who is scared, okay?
Yeah,
this is a very
he's doing his best.
scary situation. So let me roll the action, though, actually. And...
Oh, shit.
That is max die, so that's a +3 from knocking you into the air. And Yer loses 3 HP. I'm also, though... Let's see, the boost that I have from other stuff for just deciding how I'm spending them, I'll use the +1 from elevation and the plus... No, I'll use the +3 from the parts that I assembled when defending myself for the boost action to Yera, making that just a 12, so next action is at +4.
Okay.
Cool.
And I'm then going to take the 5, take the 1 from getting Boomy's elevation and the 1 from Thomas helping me metal bend to hinder Yukie for 7 by messing with her wires, since they are metal wires.
Okay, so she gets a -2 to her next action.
Yes.
Sounds good.
And then we go to Yera.
All right, you're up.
Second action. Okay. I'm not hitting Yukie because I'm pretty sure she's immune to fire and will do something nasty if I hit her with fire. I am slightly concerned about, like, hitting, like, doubling the number of minions again.
Well, you're hitting with fire, not physical damage.
Yeah, but they all split every time I kill them.
I'm pretty sure the D4s don't split.
The D4s will not split. Only the red one is a D4. The orange ones are D6s.
Yeah.
Well, if you pass to Mother Glowworm or the environment next, then we've got very good odds of controlling the turn order going into next turn.
It's true, I'm worried about the number of minions on the field wiping all of us.
Fair.
That is the only concern with hitting them.
There's also the environment, guys.
I'm probably passing to the environment next, but I'm still concerned about all of these minions wiping.
They spell narcissist.
Do their hinders persist after they split?
They do not, because they're new entities.
Okay, and they are all hindered -3 right now?
No, they are not, because they split or they got the hinder before they split.
Okay, so they are all unhindered right now.
They are all unhindered, except for Mother Glowworm.
Who has
However, the orange means they're D6, I believe.
Yes. Red is...
8, 10, 11, 12. 1 minute.
So dropping them to D4s...
Honestly, they stand a good chance of one-shotting our entire group right now, so might as well drop them probably and maybe have a chance of... If I double their roll or I double their die, that they just die.
I think you have to double their die size.
You have to double their die size for auto kill, but these guys have a unique feature. Wait a minute. Instead of being reduced in die size. Yeah, no, if you do at least minimum 12 damage, they go pop.
You gotta do 12 though.
Well, let me see what I roll on Big Blast then, because I can choose targets after.
If you want to use a boost, you have to use it now.
I think I'm spending my boosts on killing minions. Yeah, I think Mother Glowworm's taking +1 damage, and the rest of my boost and some of my hero point boosts are going towards trying to kill minions.
Okay, how many are you putting in now?
Don't you just have to declare the boosts and you choose how they get assigned after rolling?
No, I need to know who it's supposed to be beforehand.
Okay.
And each boost would be single target. It's not like if he does a +4, it's every minion. It's going to be one specific minion.
Oh, right, yeah.
Can you only declare one per turn?
You can declare...
You know,
you can declare...
I think it's... I should probably declare my 3... you know what? Fuck it. This is an important session. My 3 3s and my 2 4s are going to go with different minions.
3 3s and 2 4s.
And my +4 from boost is going to go... So, 5 minions are getting hit by increased damage.
Okay, I'm going to just put them on the left side of the map.
Because, honestly, we may just be dead after this turn either way. Oh, there's a Oh, and I'm waiting for my sheet to load.
Curse your sheet!
Oh.
If it's having trouble, close and reopen your sheet, or just reload the tab.
Yep, it's going. No, because I can't hit them after they respawn. I was about to say I could lower my health and not heal in exchange for going to red and hinder them instead, but no, they would just continue to be better.
Yeah. Mother Glowworm is a nasty piece of work. I made sure of it.
Oh, great! This actually works then! So 3 of them auto-die, Izzy.
5 of them auto-die, because you said you were putting 3 +3s and 2 +4s, correct?
Yep.
So
those auto-die.
These 4 are just dead.
The red is also auto-dead.
The red is also auto-dead.
Yeah.
And then everything else gets hit for 8. Mother Glowworm gets hit for 9.
Mother Glowworm gets hit for 9. Okay.
Fire damage.
Okay, so important thing to note here. You just killed 5 D6s and a D4.
Yep.
Hold on a minute.
The rest of them are auto-down.
I know. Hold on a minute. Okay, so since there were 6 of them, they all hit you, and since they're hitting the same target, you are taking 6 damage.
Okay.
Because one of them rolled a 1, which means all of them have to use the 1. Then, hold on, you dealt with a D4. That's a 3. How much damage did you just deal, Mother Glowworm?
9.
Okay, irrelevant. As she takes that damage, she absorbs the goos that you had completely splatted back in, healing back up through that.
Yay.
Does this take out the wall workers?
Yeah, the wall workers are getting hit also.
They're done. They can't save. They're already at D4s. The rest of these things are splitting. Oh, I got rid of because they can't save that much. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Pass to environment. Use your collection to force a 1.
I don't have any of those left.
Can I use my collection for the environment?
Izzy, we had 3 collections, right?
You started with 2. Because again, one of them.
That's right.
Yeah, one of them did not respawn from last session. You passing to the environment? I'm just going to say...
Thinking. Okay.
Roll a
That
d6.
is still likely 2 or 3 of us die on Mother Glowworm. I think I have to pass to the environment and hope.
Okay. Roll a d6.
Are other people allowed to spend collections, or would it have to be Euro?
I'm just saying Euro. That's why I'm making you guys roll it at this point.
No,
So
that's
it's
fair.
roll a d6.
I was just curious.
You guys
It's
could
not like
get-
I have any left.
You guys could get lucky.
Just gonna roll this.
A 3.
Everyone gets pain.
You know, I'm fine with everyone getting pain. Everyone getting pain is fine.
Everyone getting pain is fine.
I also realized my reroll technically works on any die pool I roll, and I didn't use it yet this turn.
I would not re-roll when
Do
it's
I
not-
realized if it was a 5 or a 6, I would have rerolled it.
yeah.
Or a 4. A 4 is also bad for us.
Okay. So, this is actually kind of funny. Because the environment just rolled a 4.
So it splats all the biddies.
It is. But do you want to know how it splats all the biddies?
Yes.
Yes, Izzy, please give us a wonderful description of Europe panicking about us dying and then it being irrelevant.
First things first, could someone kindly roll me Caden's D8, please?
Sure.
Dibs.
Oh, no. You
Do
can
it.
Hey, the NPCs continue the trend.
Okay, so this is actually really amusing to me. Suddenly, as you guys just hear footfalls, like silently like the wind, but like rapid running, stone on stone, and you're looking around. You're like, what? Then you hear. You look around, and a bunch of the mother glowworm spawn are starting to just splat, and then all of you. 4 damage to everybody as you guys feel these small rocks like rapid fire getting launched into everyone everywhere. And as you look up in the corner, running alongside of these walls are these individuals in uniforms with stone hands and feet and these wide-brimmed hats with little trees in the center. With the Earth Kingdom crest on their chest. As they're running past, they're just rapid-firing their stone fingers down onto the ground, hitting everyone and everything. And you just hear the low murmuring of, "There is no conflict in the Earth Kingdom. There is no conflict in the Earth Kingdom. There will not be conflict in the Earth Kingdom."
Does this count as physical damage?
It does count as physical damage, yes.
Oh, I'm still up.
Also, as Caden gets hit right in the back of the neck, he's like, he falls to the ground.
Wait, we're all taking damage?
All
or
of
damage?
all of you are taking 4
4
damage.
damage.
4
4?
damage.
Okay.
4 damage. As Caden gets hit in the back of the head, getting knocked out, immediately falling to the ground, suddenly the moon in the sky immediately goes dark.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
Is my girlfriend back?
No, your girlfriend just vanished.
Oh,
Yeah, she just left you again.
that's good for
Wait!
me.
Oh, fuck!
What?
What?
I think I know where the moon went.
It's
Why?
in our stomach.
No!
You think it's Caden.
No, I think the moon is what's giving Caden his powers.
What?
That's also reasonable.
That the moon
BRB
was
bio.
inside of
Because he
Caden.
goes down, the moon goes down.
Where the hell is the sketchy, like, moon helper dude that was, like, threatening to kick our ass?
We
They're-
never called on him.
They're looking for the moon currently. They don't know where the moon is.
3. Oh gosh, okay, you got lucky on the 14th roll. Otherwise, each of these things was going to be doing 3 damage to each of you.
14?
There's 14 minions. They're each dealing 1 damage. So let's see. Who's left standing?
I thought they took 4 damage, and they're D4s.
They do, and when they pop, they deal damage. This is how Mother Glowworm does
my
damage.
God.
This is how Mother Glowworm does damage.
Got it.
So let's see. How much? Okay. Who's left? You've got Boomy, Rizik, Thomas. I need to see all the minions up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Not BB!
No, we're
7.
calling BB a non-combatant. Do not hurt the floaf.
Okay, fine.
BB is an
BB is-
ability for power for a PC.
4,
He's
5,
fine.
6, 7. There are 7 of you, which means each of you,
Right. It's pretty far away!
each of you, You're in the same zone. All of you are taking 2 infernal damage. Someone kindly roll me a d4 for Boomy.
I'm rolling for Thomas.
Okay.
I'll roll for
I'm spending my collection. Thomas is staying out.
Okay.
Thomas has only rolled once tonight.
Okay,
Spending my collection, and that is an 8.
Thomas
is a very scared turtle.
Yeah, okay, so all of Mother Glowworm's things are getting popped. She is back... Yeah, she's back at max HP. I am
number 1.
I am so disappointed none of you went down.
Oh, I'm
Suck it.
literally at 1 HP, is he?
Oh boy.
My comment stands.
No, it's entirely justified.
All right, it's
Thomas has only rolled once.
yeah, it's my turn. Mother Glowworm's going, and let's see. Mother Glowworm is using her one action to make more dudes.
Reminder: she has hinders.
I
I believe she has a total of -6 hinder currently.
she also
minus 3 hinders.
she also has a +3, so it's only a -3. So she does have a -3. Recall from table. Okay, let's see. It's that die. There's only one of her left, which means she rolls a d12.
only a d12.
That's
I mean, it sounded like her die actually got smaller as there were more of her.
They do.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
She rolled a 12 again. Let's see.
She gets...
Which is 9.
Create a number of minions equal to your max die. The starting die size of those minions is the same as your min die. Okay, so she gets 12 d8 minions again.
Wouldn't
shouldn't that be
9?
9?
Wouldn't that be 9 because of the -3?
Correct. She gets...
Yay, pedantry.
With that, I
Just
will...
had their d8s instead of d12s.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You guys should be so glad they cannot attack as soon as they show up.
No, or these were D8s the first time. We hit them 3 times and they were all dead.
Yeah.
No, I remember that. It's, because of die size stuff, I wasn't sure if their spawn size would change.
Kakan, your go.
Okay, well, I was gonna boost myself, but
We're only on the second round still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How? Fuck!
Yeah.
Pain.
Yeah, so I was gonna boost myself, but time is clearly of the essence here, so I'm just gonna keep on nuking the Hellfire Bender.
Please do.
I mean, you gotta get over there. If you transition zones, a boost will persist between zones.
Yeah, but then the Hellfire Bender is just gonna follow us, or go off and make things worse. So.
You did hear the point where I said he just hit double digits, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yep.
I honestly feel like our answer in the main zone is we have to have Nara hinder the minions and then ignore them.
yeah.
But if I get into red, I can do this attack or this attack, and we can do a major twist
What
again.
do you want to do?
Remember
Kakan?
the last
Your
time I
choice.
used this attack?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep nuking the guy.
All right, roll it. Let's see what we got.
Remember the last time I used that attack?
And I have a,
Yeah, you made the spawner.
and I have a +2 from booting.
Okay.
All minions have -3 does actually feel much more useful.
Okay, fine. I can do this thing again when it's my turn.
I mean, it's your choice. Your character, your choice.
It's your
Yeah,
choice.
but it's the
I'm
most
saying-
Guys, could we...
And it's not
Guys!
only
Guys!
AoE thing
Guys!
now.
Okay,
Guys.
so that's 8 damage.
Okay, thank you. Please wait till the top of the round when I give you 30 seconds to discuss. Please don't talk over somebody else's turn. It is already 9:30 and we're only 2 rounds and I am trying to keep this going. Sorry. Okay, 8 damage. Do anything else, Kakan?
That's all I can do, I think. You
Okay.
can't do more than one action, right? So, yeah.
Yep. Alright.
Alright, so, yeah, only Hojara's left, yeah.
Alright. Wex, you're up.
I think I just gotta punch him,
Alright, roll it.
right? Like, it was either punch or hinder, and I think punch is better at this game.
We just gotta nuke him down, yeah.
I mean, let's just barrage him with dangerous elements.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, magma shot.
Roll it.
Boom.
That's
10.
a 10.
Nice!
Alright, 10 it is.
I should have used a boost. I had forgotten.
So
Oh, good. All right, top.
you have a +1 boost from Boomy, I think.
We weren't in that zone. His zone.
No, he buffed everyone in zone 2, I thought.
Zone 3. He's in zone 3.
Oh, zone 3. Okay, sorry.
All right, you guys are now second zone of yellow. Hotaru, who's going?
Does anyone in the Mother Glowworm zone want to go?
I will say, Yero would be like, Nora, can you do that smoke screen again? Is a direct ask that would be given. But
I can definitely do the smoke screen again. Sadly, it dissipates very quickly.
So, do we mechanically know how to get rid of the web stuff?
It's gone.
Yeah, no, we have access to Mother Glowworm.
You basically just have to tilt Mother Glowworm and hinder the guys enough so they can't hurt you.
yeah, but we got rid of the web stuff by burning it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, who wants to punch Mother Glowworm real hard then?
I want to go so I can throw my smoke bomb.
Okay, I guess Nara.
Okay. Nara, you're up.
Alright, then I am gonna do my smoke bomb again. That is suggestion. That we're still in yellows. Bang!
So
10! 10, bitch!
everything's hindered up to a -3 again.
Yay.
Fine. The slow defeat.
And I am going to give it to Mengwa before Mengwa dies.
Oh,
So-
okay. That's
Mengwa can punch Mother Glowworm in the face or do something.
It's just going to be MVP for keeping us all alive.
I mean, I see no reason not to just keep wailing on it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll it.
I'm throwing a +4.
Okay.
Fuck her up.
Dang.
So that's
10.
math with the boosts I currently have. That's 11 damage.
11 damage.
Yep.
Okay. 11 damage is taken, and she splits.
What?
Right, because it's physical damage. I forgot that.
Fuck.
And she makes another baby, D4.
And I'm going to blow up the boost that she would have gotten from that.
Okay. Sounds good.
This one is not hindered, though.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
It's a babu, though, so it's not as bad. Someone in Hellfire Land want to go?
Your choice.
I mean,
It's either that or... yeah, actually, probably that.
I mean, I'm happy to keep nuking again. So.
Yeah, I'll chug it to Kakan.
All right, Kakan. Your go.
All right. Yeah, second verse, same as the first. Gonna keep on doing it. Oh, I don't have my boost anymore. So yeah. Just what it is, what it is. Yeah, all right. Yeah, okay. I'll take that. That's so that's 7 damage on him.
7 damage. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are slowly whittling him down. Who are you passing to, Kakan?
Let's see. Let's say. I'll just say Han.
Han, your go.
We got to pass to them at some point, guys.
Yeah, I'd say Yukie or probably Mother Glowworm.
I
Or
might
someone
want
with
to
the
go,
collection passing to the environment.
or I might want to go after Han. So in the likely event that I go down, I still get my main action this turn.
Let me think here. We're still in yellow. So...
This is the battle of attrition.
I mean, I can just go with the same thing I did last, just like hit Mother Glowworm and boost somebody.
Okay. You can do that.
Because her abilities were like if we hit the minions, right?
If you hit her, she does make a minion.
Oh,
With
okay.
physical, though, right?
With
I mean, I'm all physical. It's air,
Yeah.
so...
So Roll me the damage.
I mean, or I can hit. I could also hit Yukie instead.
You
I
could.
think take out UPA.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna go with.
Does it count? Could you like create a vortex and suck out the air and suffocate it?
I mean, I don't know if Mother Glowworm has normal lungs, so.
That's a good point.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and use Winds of Fortune again. We're attacking Yukie.
Okay. Yuki currently has a -3 on her.
This is why I couldn't be an airbender, because that would be
Alright,
my first
so
go-to. Is suffocate
4
people.
damage, and then I forget, is a 7 a +3 or a +2?
Thank you, boy.
Okay, it's 4 damage, you say?
Yep.
And a 7 is a -2.
No, it's a boost.
Oh,
not
a +2.
It's a plus or minus 2.
Okay. Who wants the boost? I guess is the question.
My plan is zap Mother Glowworm a lot.
6.
All right.
My
That's
plan is probably try to see if I can disarm Yukie.
You have knocked out Yukie. She rolled
Oh.
a 6. She needed to roll a 7 or an 8 because of the hinder on her to stay up.
Okay. I'm gonna throw the boost to Yura then.
Okay.
And as far as turn order, okay, that gets Yukie off the tracker, which helps.
Yeah. The only thing left enemy-wise is Mother Glowworm and...
Well, no, we have the environment, the Hellfire Bender, and Mother Glowworm.
Yes, you do.
I mean, I have another collection. I can roll the environment.
That seems reasonable.
Let's do that.
Okay.
I love that this is what we're breaking. We're using our.
I'm gonna use a collection and make that a 1.
Okay. I do believe that means that back from the wall...
Oh no, that's gonna split all the minions.
You're going to...
So what a 2 or 3?
Yeah, you're going to hear... Yeah, they can't do that yet. Just more boulders are going to be crashing in overhead. Let's see how much damage we go. 3 damage to everything. Or, I'm sorry,
Oh, thank fuck.
3 damage to all the enemies.
They
So-
might not split.
They might not let split. Let's try the D4 minion first. It's dead. Minghua, take 3 infernal.
I'm down.
No!
Can I defend? Actually, can I defend that?
I have 1 HP. Save your defense for someone else.
Okay.
And let's see how many of these are going.
I'm sad now.
3.
No,
He
no X.
also gets the down and out action.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
he also
like
gets the
I still
support.
have the out action.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. These are all splitting.
Oh, so much for that hinder.
2. I'm just going to put all these up here for now.
I
I
feel
mean, to be
like
fair, to be fair, the hinder meant that fewer of them could smack us because they split instead.
Yeah.
Because it's split or punch
Well,
is what they do.
they'd be
when they
hitting
get
the
hit.
environment though.
Yeah. All right, and that means I think it's time for Mother Glowworm to go.
And this is where we all die.
So many of those little beasties.
I wonder. I'm not sure how much direct stuff she can do.
No, it's the form of minions.
Yeah, it's the form of minions. So, how many of you are left up? Boomy, Thomas, Rizik, Nara, Han, Yira. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so each of you is getting hit by 3 of these things.
Okay.
Now, because of how they work, I have to roll 3 dice, and all 3 of them use the lowest of the die size for damage. So first person up is going to be Thomas. Thomas is taking 3 damage. Please roll Thomas's die. Have you been
He
down?
survived.
Holy shit, Thomas is no longer.
Yay.
Have you been downgrading Thomas every time he's been attacked?
He's only been attacked once, and no, I didn't, because I forgot that was the thing I had to do.
Okay, I will say he survived both, but he is now D6. He's now at a D4 because he was hit twice. Next
Boomy.
up is Boomy. Holy shit, 4 damage. Boomy is at a d6. Who wants to roll a d6 for Boomy?
Thank you, Nora.
Yay, Nara.
Okay.
I have magic!
Boomy downgrades to a d4 but survives.
Go, Boomy, go!
Okay, next up, Rizik. 3 damage.
Okay. Am I taking multiple attacks or am I just taking one attack?
3 individual attacks.
At 3 points each?
Yep. 1 point each.
Oh, okay.
And they're rolling d6s?
They're rolling d6s.
Damn.
I mean, it sounds like
So-
you're just going down to 1 HP.
You're just going down to 1. You can defend, but it's only cutting out one of those.
Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you meant there were 2 more rolls that were happening.
No, this is total.
Yeah.
They have weird rules.
Okay. I'm then defending against this. Okay. Oh, no, wait. I'm going to defend to take out one of the ones because we don't have other enemies in this zone, so I might as well.
Okay. You don't even have to roll because it's 1 damage. You can
It
prevent
matters for my boost.
Roll it then. Sure. Okay, you take 1 less damage, so you go to 2, and you get yourself a +2. Nara! Ooh, Nara! The lowest number here is a 3, which means you're taking a total of 9 damage.
I'm at 16 right now.
Yep, so...
Is it worth it to re-roll that dice pool for me?
It got a 6, a 6, and a 3.
On D6s?
On D6s, because they're D6s. So...
No, that's not worth it.
Yeah. Like,
Okay,
everybody taking the same action has to take the lowest die.
Okay, well, I'm changing this again, so I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
What's 16 minus 9 is 7? Am I doing that right?
Yes, you're at 7.
Yeah.
And you may boost yourself.
Sweet. So, suggestion die.
Do it, Nara.
Hell yeah!
Well, okay, take a +3, Nara. Next up, Han. Also, 3 damage times 3, 9 damage.
Okay, if I defend, is it like a flat, like it just takes it off whatever, or is there like a...
It's 3 individual attacks, so you will knock off at most 3 damage. You're still going to definitely take 6, because it's from 3 separate entities. It's an instance of 3, an instance of 3, and an instance of 3.
I'm in red now.
Okay, let's see. 9, even with 9, would not knock me into red. I will... I guess I'll take it.
Okay. Take it. And then Yira.
Roll it.
6 damage total. 2, 2, and 2.
So much health still.
Whatever, taking it.
Okay. And then finally, Mother Glowworm's turn. Snaking out a tendril over towards Minghua.
Oh no!
No!
Lore, come with me.
Oh no!
Oh.
No touchy!
Bad touch!
Well, I believe that makes my decision on whether or not I want to do something that is potentially incredibly dumb.
So,
Hey, Lore!
Hi!
Part of me is debating if I want to say this to everybody or just to you, but I'm going to go with just for you for now. So,
Sure.
your HP goes back to the top of red.
Okay.
You're now on Mother Glowworm's side.
Well...
I mean, RP it as you will. Like, your face can express, like, you don't want to do this, but you're being puppeted.
Okay, should I change this mechanically before it's my turn, or should we let it be a surprise when my turn rolls around?
Oh, no, you're back up at this point because she's touching you with the tendril, and you've got green snot now.
Yay!
I'm trying to think. If you don't want to react, you have to attack as per normal against allies. You may choose not to react because your heart's not in it. Or you can react. It's up to you.
Okay, interesting.
All right, let's get back to general.
Understood.
Hey, everybody.
Oh no.
So, Minghua stands back up.
Nara gets to be sad.
I run at Nara. I run at Mingwa and like throw myself at Mingwa.
Great.
So
Just
bad
great.
decision.
Hug attack. Is hug attack successful? No, it's not. We know it's not.
Okay.
I'm like crying right now because I'm really freaked out when you went down and you got back up. So now I'm really happy. I'm not looking into this any further than that.
Small child gonna small child.
Small child definitely got a small child.
In the face.
Uh-huh.
Do you do anything, Mingwa? When I do,
You get a hug back.
Okay, good.
Oh dear.
Let's see who to pass to. I will pass to Hotaru.
Oh
Did
dear.
Nara's turn happen, or is that just what Nara's thinking of doing?
Nara was the first person this round.
It already
My
went.
brain. My brain good.
Keep hitting the health.
Who does Mother Glowworm pass to? Is he?
Hotaru.
Me.
Hotaru.
Oh, okay.
I think I just got to keep hitting the Hellfire Bender.
Please do.
God, I hope you're close.
Gotta not. We're not. I have to
Not
burn.
nearly.
I'm gonna burn a +4, and I guess I'll go for it.
Okay.
The problem is that last turn they dropped him below 100.
Yeah, no, we are nowhere near close for him, but
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's
So that'll
bad,
be
yo.
11 damage to the Hellfire Bender.
Reduced by 1.
we're gonna do the best we can. Man.
He's almost at health, guys.
Jesus
That's
Christ.
that's not nothing, considering how few attackers you got.
Who you pass it to, Hotaru? He's an option.
I'm looking who's left.
Yira, apparently.
Yura,
Yura,
Rizik.
And then
I should go before Rizik, probably.
I think I might.
NPCs are there NPCs or NPCs?
It's
Yeah.
it's Boomy. It's
just-
Boomy is the only one left.
And also that does mean handing the tracker to Izzy.
It does.
It doesn't. They have not been friendly NPCs in regards to who they pass to.
I think. Well, if I hand it to Boomy, then Izzy can't control the turn, right?
Yes, he can. That's what happened last time.
Well, I thought Rizik and Yura still can go.
But Hellfire.
Oh, that's what you mean. No,
Yeah.
that's probably a decent check then.
Yeah, then I'm handing it to Boomy.
Okay. Boomy is going to use his last D4.
It's not about who's next. It's about controlling the next turn, guys.
Yeah. Everybody in Zone 3 gets a +1.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, Boomy can pass it to the Hellfire Bender if you guys would prefer that right now.
I'm up to a +4.
Which I think that's just what he's going to do
I
because
think that is actually what we would probably prefer.
okay. Hellfire
Group.
Bender.
Does anyone disagree?
Yeah.
Seems fine.
What's Hellfire Bender doing?
He's attacking all of you.
Fucking up you two.
All two of us.
Yeah, that figures.
I mean, oh wait, first off, backpack is triggering.
Okay.
Oh, what does that do?
It's gonna try to get rid of that -4 boost he has. It does not.
Hooray!
It reduces it by 2, but he still has a -2.
Okay.
And a -2 on it does not go to a -6. There you go, -2. Okay, Hellfire Bender is going to attack the two of you
Yeah.
with infernal energy.
Okay.
I will use my reaction to defend Hotaru.
Okay.
I want to see the damages first before I make any decisions for reactions.
Attack multiple targets using this power and using your max die. Okay, so it is 9 damage incoming to the two of you.
Each of us.
To each of you, I have applied the -2 to both.
I want to see what Kakan rolls to defend me first before I say
Yeah.
anything.
That's a good call.
Good plan.
Loop. Loop. Yay. 3.
Okay, then.
That's 8.
Okay. I'm going to take 2 damage no matter what because I'm going to use 3 reactions this turn.
Okay. Okay. Let's see what you...
First, I'm going to defend Kakan.
Sure.
Kakan, you defend for 4.
So 5 damage to you, Kakan.
Okay.
Next, I'm going to defend myself
Okay.
with, yeah. I'll throw up stone this time. Or actually, I'm going to use awareness to defend and try to sidestep.
Okay.
because it's cool.
But you are hitting the deck.
Yes, it's for hit the deck.
Do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so there we go. All right, so that blocks all the damage put with Kakans involved as well.
Okay.
And finally, as I'm going to use Tremor Sense.
Okay.
Ooh.
And I'm going to, from sidestepping it, scoop up some of the earth as part of my sidestep and hit him in his face.
Sounds good.
Do it.
For 5 damage. And I do get a minor twist.
You do you? He's just going to look at you intently and say, Kakan, did you roll absorption as your defend?
Wait, is he?
Yeah, I did.
Does the Hellfire Bender do infernal damage?
He does do infernal damage.
Hey, Khan.
He doesn't heal from that. He heals from nuclear.
No, I did from nuclear. Yeah.
God damn it.
Okay, here's the minor twist that's triggering.
Okay.
Kakan, as you
Yeah.
absorb some of this infernal energy, you look at your palms and it's like there's a green sweat from where you absorbed it, and it seeps into your skin.
Gross.
Oh no.
So it's making you feel stronger, like it's right that it needs to be inside you.
Okay.
Take a +1 boost.
Oh no.
And that goes up with +2. All right.
Oh, right, you have that thing.
Yep.
As far as minor twists go, that one's not bad.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Who does Hellfire pass to?
And we still have the boomy boost, right?
We don't get those.
You don't get that, unfortunately, because you're in the wrong zone.
Yeah, you do.
We're not getting any of that extra stuff. We're dealing with him on our own.
Yeah.
Why does
You
the
two are
text
doing
say,
real good.
Why does the text say friendlies in zone 2 whenever you roll for that?
Zone 3 is what I'm saying.
It's
But on the
type
text
drawing.
it says
You've
zone
been
2.
messing that one up a lot, is he?
It's type drawing in the combat tracker.
Oh, that is my
Yeah,
fault.
that's
if I'm
Sean's
saying
goof.
zone 2.
I'm not
Sorry,
I'm not
that's my
writing
goof.
that in.
That's my
Oh,
goof.
okay.
That is my bad there.
All right. Sorry. Carry on.
I apologize.
Shit. Take 2 damage.
Oh, me?
No, Rizik, for getting things wrong twice.
Oh, that's rude.
Please don't make him take damage for that.
Yira, it's your turn. I'm not making you take damage for that. Yira, it's your turn.
Oh. Alright. Team, we're in the fuck bucket. Do I hit all these minions so that Nara's next hinder hurts them more?
Only if you
Sure.
control the turn in a way where they go before the environment.
I mean, Rizik's going next. We can do that next time.
Yeah, but just be cognizantly aware of that is all.
Yeah,
Okay.
we forgot about what exactly the environment would do
Also,
last
does
time.
Mother Glowworm heal an amount that makes it so that
She does heal an amount based on how many things go.
Oh
go
wait,
purpose
actually,
flat.
there's a That's actually a funny thing we could do. I could use an ability I've never used before in game.
Sure, let's see it.
Rizik, what do you say we triple team her with zapping her?
sure.
You're just going to look and go, huh. It's been a while since I've had to use this. Zap her, boost Rizik, who goes next.
If you choose.
Oh, I will point out that now that I'm in red, my fox cloak has come out.
That is correct. Very similar to what.
Naruto, we are aware.
Very similar to what
Yeah.
Caden had. Okay, roll it.
This actually, wait. Rizik hits me twice. They're currently D8s, is he?
They are
Orange is D6.
Orange is D6.
Nick, we need to not hit them. Just beat her.
Yeah, I know. No, I was thinking I could kill them, but no, they'll just heal her then.
Just hit her. That the trap is hitting them.
Zap her for... Well, that gets rerolled.
7.
Okay, zap her for... 7, 10... Let me think. Yeah, zap her for 10, boost Rizik by 2, and he goes next.
Okay.
That's not physical damage, so she doesn't split.
I never said that. You guys assumed that. This is the first time you've actually hit her with bending. She still splits.
No, Nancy, I've been here with bending for a while.
You've hit the minions. You haven't hit her.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you've been hitting AOE hitting everybody.
Yeah, no, but it still spat out a few D4s.
Yeah.
Poor memory on our part.
Yeah, it's spitting out a D4 from this.
Okay. I mean, hit me next, and I'll kill the D4s.
All one of them.
I mean,
2 of them.
Actually, dropping all the D6s to D4s and then hitting them with the -3.
No, the problem is they split in half.
I would just say don't hit them at all. Like, just focus her single fire.
Anyway,
I need to heal myself is the problem.
Rizik, it's your go.
Do you mind if I attack rather than passing the turn back to you, or would you prefer passing the turn back to you?
Pass the turn back and use your red die to attack. Mostly for initiative's sake, but...
Okay, yeah.
We can get an extra action, and that's what that ability is useful for, I'm sorry.
That's fair.
If you want to do a roleplay thing, do a roleplay thing.
Yep, basically I'm going to use the electrify... When does the, electricity boost from Yera, I'm going to metal bend Yuki's whip to me to take that...
Don't you also get a +1 from Boomy?
Yep. I'm going to take that to hit, Mother Glowworm with. I am going to also get a D4 from Thomas still.
Okay, roll it.
So that's still 1, because Thomas is a scared, injured lion turtle, which is why Rizik is going to be hitting as part of this as well.
Poor lion turtle.
Thomas.
I just need to knock out Thomas, and I can have bending slime.
We've been protecting the baby lion turtle as hard as we can.
Okay, so...
We're not going to let you just hurt Thomas, Izzy.
I like how we're more protective of the baby animals than the baby human, but also that's kind of accurate.
Yeah, so the 7 is going to be used to boost Yera, so +2 towards her. She's going to be taking 1 damage. I am going to be using the boost from Boomy, Yera, and Thomas, so that's a total of +2, +3, +4 on the attack for 8 damage to Mother Glowworm. And that is from Spiridor.
That is?
I'm not sure if that affects things, because Yuki's whip is Spiridor, isn't it?
It is. She does not split from that.
Yep.
Interesting.
I am going to comment on the to her of she has a choice to leave and go back to the spirit realm now. That choice might not remain.
Mother Glowworm is just going to say, "New minion, take the whip away from the mean man."
Oh no.
And I will pass to Yera.
Alright,
New minion? Who's that?
What was my boost?
7, so...
+2.
+2.
+2. Great. Alright, let's burn Mother Glowworm a little bit.
Sure.
Do I kill the D4 minion? That's the one I'm torn as, do I kill the D4 minion?
Feel free.
We're in yellow still?
Feel free. Yep, you're in yellow. Feel free to.
Mm-hmm.
Free to what?
That is actually a pretty good idea, Rizik.
Yep.
I think I'm going to kill the D4 minion.
Okay. Roll it.
And mostly hit Mother Glowworm. Oh, wonderful. That's a 1. 5 damage to each of that.
Okay, so
I can do better than that. Oop. Nope, never mind. Second roll was also 5 damage to each of them, but I'm still healed by a bunch.
Okay, so you deal 5 damage to Mother Glowworm. You pop the
Because of Rizik's boost, 7 damage to Mother Glowworm.
Okay, -7 to her. You pop the baby. Baby rolls die. Okay. Baby heals Mother Glowworm for not much. And then Baby's retaliation splooge is going to hit Rizik.
Wait, do they retaliate if they die?
I thought it hit the person that attacked it.
He never said that.
I've been splitting them evenly among you guys.
Do they retaliate when they die? I thought they had to survive to retaliate.
When they die, they hit.
They say, gotta ignore them.
Han, can you defend me?
It's 2 infernal damage coming into you, Rizik.
That's
Yeah,
still
hold on.
enough.
You got this.
Take 1 damage!
Wait, no. I have a boost.
Oh.
I have a +1 boost.
Not worth it. Wow.
So worth it. Rizik, you take 0 damage and the baby goes away. Also, you hit Mother Glowworm for 7. New baby gets spit out.
Alright.
Probably haven't even heard her that much.
You have.
It still means net flat amount of babies, because smacking Mother Glowworm would have spit a baby out regardless.
Yes, she healed for less than the damage you dealt her, which is the important bit. I will tell you that much.
Okay.
I still think it's not worth killing them.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they could hit someone besides me. I was fine taking the retaliation damage, but now
She is a nasty customer. Alright, with that all being said, it is now the... I will leave it up to you guys. Do you guys want to finish the last round of yellow, or do you want to call it here for the night?
Finish the last round of yellow. Let's just
I think finish the last round of yellow.
Yeah, do it.
I'm down.
Alright, Yira, who are you passing to?
Rizik.
Alright, Rizik, your go. You are at 2.
Yep, and it's going to be the thing of, like, I gave you an option here. And, yeah, with the help of Thomas, who... That's still a +1, but at least it wasn't rolling a 1 again.
Yeah. Thomas is finally, like, stole himself. He's like, you can do it, mister!
I am going to use the, I am going to basically fling as much, take as much of the spirit ore and strike her with it.
Sure.
So let's see. This is inventions.
Nice.
Okay.
There you go.
So
Nine.
I attack with the 9.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? Actually, I'm going to make a collection and just make that a 10. So I'm going to attack with the 10. I'm then going to, or 11, boost by Thomas. I'm then going to hit with that 10 from crunch time, and then assuming that she is still up, I'm going to hit with the 10 a 3rd time.
Nice.
You're
I
hit.
just spear her with spirit ore as much as possible.
She's getting hit for 30.
She got
that
hit.
you can't split from.
Nice.
Trivialize my encounter, why don't you?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Holy shit!
Yes.
Oh, guys.
Holy shit, thank you, Rizik.
Guys, we're not done. She's
I know.
she's still here.
I know.
Okay.
If someone knows how to banish her, that would be really useful right now.
You're the one who looked it up in the library, bruh.
Yeah.
It's
He
a
also
whole day
heals.
ritual.
You know defeating her physical form will effectively exile her.
Yeah, that as well. But need her to dissipate faster.
Do we need all of her physical form
Guys,
to,
can we please continue?
Okay, yeah, I will pass Tanara.
Can we please keep the combat going?
I will pass Tanara.
I'm sorry, I'm fading really fast.
Okay, well... I was gonna, like, smack the Mother Glowworm thing. I guess I'll hinder everything?
Sure.
I can't really, like, I don't think I can hit everything. Hinder, attack... No.
You
Okay.
can hinder all the minions.
Yeah, I guess I'll hinder all the minions again, so...
All right, roll it.
You know what? I'm gonna pop a collection because I haven't used that yet today, so I make that 5 at 12.
They're
Wait,
all
you
at
still have your
-4.
Do you still have your? Oh yeah, I was gonna say you still have your boost, but I guess it doesn't matter.
-4 to all of them. That D4 minion is not happy. All right. Who you passing to, Nara?
Dad. Go, Dad,
Fuck,
go.
I don't know if popping the minions is gonna revive her or some shit.
Good question.
Yeah, don't they give her health? Can we run away?
We could go and fight the Hellfire Bender.
That's true. Just leave all these fucking minions.
Okay, Izzy, question.
Answer.
Can I use combat meditation? 'Cause it's an I can use it as an overcome on an environmental target. Can I like use that to like use the portals and shit that are around to like help banish her?
The portals would have dissipated with Sombra. I apologize. If you want, I will say that if you spend a collection, you can have one of them stay open.
I have a collection left, so why not?
Okay, there will be one portal that remains opened for the duration of your turn, I will say.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a +4 on this.
Okay.
And I am going to try to literally just banish all of as many of the mother glowworms as I can.
Vacuum tube them into the spirit world.
Keep them into the portal.
All right, roll it.
All right, so we need insight plus. I guess I would have to use air for this.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Can you use
Max and min with a +4. Okay, no doubles. That's good. So 15.
15. Okay.
That's overwhelming success.
It is overwhelming success. Okay. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll 3d6. Okay. Your choice. You can either get rid of all the d4s and 3 of the d6s, or 4 of the d6s. Your choice. You're getting rid of a solid 5th of these with no repercussions.
Probably the d6s.
Boom. Yeeted into the portal.
Good choice. The D4s are basically nullified because I put an -4 on them.
It's true. Well, not entirely, but the d6s are obviously worse. And with that, I will say the portal is going to shrink away, sealing them off so you don't have to worry about them.
All right. I guess the question then is, what do we throw it to?
Good question.
Don't give Izzy control. Like the only way to give Izzy control is you give it to the minions, because you cannot let the environment go before the minions.
Yeah, let's give it to the minions then.
Yeah.
Okay, you're giving it to the minions. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
We're gonna make use of Nara's -4.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 of them. 3, 4, 5, and 6 of you. Which means everybody is getting hit. Alright, first up, let's do Boomy and Thomas. Someone roll me a d4 for Boomy. Okay, that's 2 6s. So Boomy's taking 12 damage.
They're hindered, Izzy.
Boomy is taking 4 damage.
He is in
Nara,
a D4,
do it.
though.
Huh?
He is still at a D4, so that's probably not good.
He's still at a d4.
Nara, we believe in you.
Roll a d4, Nara. Someone roll me a d4.
I'm doing it. Hold on. I'm sorry. I was typing something.
Okay.
Shit.
Goodbye, Boomy.
No!
Probably going down. They're not dead, right?
They're not dead. No, they're unconscious. Next up, Thomas. Also at a d4. Rizik, get ready to roll his d4 die. A 2 and a 3, which means no damage because of Nara's hinder. Next up, Rizik. You're getting attacked by 3 of these things.
Yep.
3 damage, 3 damage, and 3 damage, so nothing. Nara, you're getting attacked by 3 of these things.
I wish to defend.
No, you don't.
Okay.
They all dealt 1 damage, which means you take nothing because of your hinder.
Hell yeah.
Han, same thing. They can't find you guys in these smoke bombs. Oh, Yira, you actually get hit by 1 damage 3 times.
Whoa.
Defend!
So scary.
6 and 2 5s.
So scary.
Damn, that hinder's really coming in clutch.
That hinder was so good.
Yep. Oh, Boomy is now down.
Your hinder saved our asses.
I wanted to do the fuck you attack though.
Uh,
Why was this so useful?
This was more useful.
and then there is the D4 minion. He's gonna
The D4 minion.
he's gonna
Who's
wander.
also hindered.
He is, but he's just gonna wander over to Boomy, who's now back up.
Oh,
No! Rude.
And who to pass it to now is the question.
Rude.
I think it's gonna be Boomy.
no.
Uncle
Boomy's
alive! Look, he got back up!
He did it.
Oh, that's cocked. Okay. All of you in zone 3. -3. Hinder.
Why has he rolled so much better when he's mind controlled?
Because he's back up to full health.
Get rid of it.
He's back up to his max die. He hasn't been whittled away yet. Now I will pass it to Kakan.
Choose.
Yeah, okay.
You said how much? Minus what?
-3 hinder.
-3 hinder.
Great.
Not you, Ziggy. Just the people in zone 3.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so yeah, using meltdown on the Hellfire Bender,
Sure.
and I have a +2 from the evil
Hate her
boost.
stuff.
Okay, so let's see. So remember, for the +2, it only goes to 1 die, right?
Yeah, it goes to whatever your total is.
Okay, gotcha. Then I will. Let's see. The 9 and the 3 are going to go into the Hellfire Bender, and the 4 is going to go into me. So that is 12. 12. So 14 to him.
Okay. He's not looking too good.
That's my turn.
Who are you passing to?
Wow.
Can I go?
Sure. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Back-to-back Hellfire fuck-ups. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna again magma shot him.
All right, roll it.
Did I select it? Yes. I'm gonna burn a +4 on this.
Okay.
Smash.
Smash.
I mean, this is the time to do big things.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Very
Ooh.
Holy shit.
Wish I could use more with that. So he's gonna take 13.
13, eh?
So like just pouring on nuclear and lava, energy and lava on him.
Yeah, he's just like the backpack's bellows is like going in overdrive. His muscles are swelling as he's like fighting through. He's not even trying to defend. He's just like, you see his skin like burning and starting to melt off, and he's just like trudging through it. He's just like,
I imagine Ziggy and I just like literally standing there like in a beam battle against him.
Basically, yeah.
yeah, pretty much. Who are you passing to, Hotaru?
Okay, I need to look at the turn character very carefully here.
You have the environment, Hellfire Bender, Yira, and Minghua.
Yeah,
The problem is Minghua, the Hellfire Bender, and the environment are all enemies here, as we can tell.
is Minghua in control of themselves?
Good question. Yeah, you guys don't know.
I'm gonna give it to the Hellfire Bender.
Okay. Hellfire Bender is going to hit you both again with the same deal.
Yep. Are you ready? Is Ziggy ready to double defend again?
Yep, doing it.
Oh boy. Okay. Max die.
Oh no.
12 damage.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to.
Oh, I'm sorry. 13 damage.
All right. Well, I'm defending you for 5.
Okay. I'm gonna defend you for 9,
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to defend myself now.
Mm-hmm.
You got this.
With the deck.
Take
I
your
need to roll pretty high on this to get this.
take your one irreducible too. Don't forget.
I will in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how much do you deal total?
13.
Okay. So I would take. At what point do I technically go down on the turn?
when you hit 0.
Do all my reactions go off before I go down?
If you want to throw one more reaction in... Well, wait. Is it a retaliate because you were hit?
It's a retaliate because someone was attacked. It's not because I'm hit.
Then you may use that one.
Okay, because I'm going down no matter what, so I may as well.
Print the ability for me.
Fuck them up.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to burn a boost on this?
Yes.
I'm going to burn a +3 on this.
Okay.
Because I am going down.
Okay.
So yeah, one last attempt as I go down. I'm going to try and see if I can just help Kakan one last time.
Sure.
Okay.
Not great, but 6 damage to the Hellfire Bender as I drop.
Okay. All right, Ziggy, it's you and the Hellfire Bender in a pissing contest now.
Oh, great.
How messed up does he look?
You guys have almost whittled away 100 HP.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't worry, the cavalry is probably coming, maybe.
I don't know if you are.
Okay, that's fair. Meanwhile, might just kill me right now.
My turn.
You're in Minghua.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass to Minghua.
Can you answer the question I put in DM chat?
Of course. Let me see where it is. Apology. Oh.
Like, because that's sort of what I want to do if you'll let me.
Yeah, I am perfectly fine with that.
Cool. Mingwall is going to have the sniffles and then sneeze a huge pile of green goo and use the ability Make Friends.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Is this right on Rizek?
Roll. Okay, 2 things about that. First off, it's a D10 minion. Second off, you could have more than 1.
I'll sneeze out 1.
Is this actually an ability you have?
That's actually
Yeah.
an ability that has
That's
never been...
actually an ability I've had this whole time.
I've
Really?
never seen you use it.
It's usually been more effective for me to do Super Punch. Or I get down into red so quickly after yellow that I can use my, take an extra action to just blow shit up.
Mhm.
Speaking of take an extra action, I think I have to punch Rizek.
Because I found Minghua's minion.
I mean, technically, you never rolled a die, so you can't use a mid to die.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Let me see the ability. Earn treats.
When you use an ability action, you may using a mid die, and I never rolled.
True.
That wasn't even a planned.
Yep.
See, I caused a bigger problem than intended because I asked Izzy a thing because I thought it would be funny. But also it meant I didn't punch Rizek.
Yeah, which is appreciated. I know that it has to be something you roll because I have an ability that doesn't roll die, so I'm just like, well, I can't use that with this.
All right. I'm letting that fly right now. In red, you actually have to start punching people. In any case, Mingwa, who do you want?
That's very fair.
Who do you want to pass to, Yira or the environment?
Let's go the environment.
Roll me a d6. Oh fuck!
Hey.
Come on! Come on!
Doesn't a 1
sweet
still benefit
karma.
you, though? Because of how that works.
No, but not at this point in the fight because Mother Glowworm's down, so they actually do have to. We have to get rid of those guys.
Yeah. Okay. So
Yeah. Also, there's more enemies than there are allies right now.
yeah. Hold on a minute.
I'm
Oh
not
come
sorry,
on!
Izzy, that's hilarious.
Yay!
6 damage. They can't save against that.
Yay!
Okay, Izzy, Yura might have to take back a bunch of her insults to the Earth Kingdom because of this.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
But only some of them.
3, 4,
Only
5,
some
6,
of them.
7. Oh, wait, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 30!
They all downgraded, huh?
They couldn't.
And you need to seriously spam the battlefield.
They can't save against that.
Blue guy can.
Oh yeah, blue guy.
Good job, Mingwa.
Good job,
Achoo.
Mingwa.
I probably gave more health to Mother Glowworm in the end, but you know, achoo.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm next. You know what's gonna happen.
Yay! Yira's next, and everyone's gonna go down.
All right, there are
Mother Glowworm might come back up.
there are 30 of them.
Right, but
Oh my god!
No, but honestly, what's the alternative here?
Yeah. All right.
Nora hinders them to shit so that their heal becomes garbage if it's a thing they roll.
All right.
No,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
think
see if
so.
I can kill them if it brings Mother Glowworm back. It's good information, but I'm sorry, Mingwa, I also have to hit you.
I
No,
mean,
that's valid.
frankly, if I don't think the roll affects something like a heal roll, and if it does, then frankly, I don't know how we'd beat this person anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, if this can revive her, I really don't know how we can win.
And there's no mechanical way to beat her. Like,
Wait, my minor Nora's ignore reactions and everything like that, maybe?
I mean, you
I don't
can
think
you
it's a
can
reaction what she's doing.
Point
Roll-
is, let's just keep moving.
Yeah.
See
Roll
what
damage.
happens.
This is the last.
Sure,
This is the last.
alright, let's see here. Who are currently enemies? Because Mingwa... I'm sorry, Mingwa, but...
Mingwan Boomy.
I'll just
one Boomy, but air's gonna be hot around you for a bit. Dizzy, if I'm allowed to use the hinder on my own healing, I'll use that, but you get to pick where that hinder goes.
What are you currently hindered at?
I have 1 minus 3.
It's going on your healing.
Okay. I like 7 damage to everyone. 7 damage to everyone that is currently an enemy sounds fun.
Is this technically energy damage?
Yes.
It's fire.
Well, that's 4 damage then.
Okay. So.
Wait, I thought your DR was versus physical.
And energy.
Ah,
That was
nice.
a good one.
Okay. So first things first.
Yes, I did.
These guys save. Boomy gets to roll this. 7. Boomy saves.
Meanwhile is tank.
Ah, yeah, Mingwa, good tank.
I was just like, bending. A lot of bending is going to count as energy. Okay,
Or
then.
it's going to be a physical or energy, basically, no matter what.
Yeah.
A lot of it, yeah. Not all, but a
The only
lot.
thing I think that doesn't count is like maybe magic and psychic.
And 7 damage against all of the 30 instances of D4. How many of you...
30 instances?
30
Yes.
instances.
Jesus Christ.
1, 2, there's 5 of you. To be fair, I am going to say each of these 6 of these D4s is coming at each of you. So first up, let's roll the baby lion turtle.
You really want to take him down, don't you?
Yeah, I do, for reasons.
As I said, like, unfortunately, this was not an option this time.
Anybody got a reaction defend for it?
It's not going to do much. It can only block 1 instance of damage.
Yeah, so, okay, it is 6 damage because one of the 6 of them rolled a 1. So 6 damage to Thomas.
I can't save that.
Okay.
Even with this 4
I
that
could
I
do
rolled.
this.
Yeah, I mean, even if I rolled to defend,
Yeah.
it wouldn't do anything
Yeah.
because it would still be 5 damage.
Yeah, so Thomas is, unless all of you throw all your reactions at this, if you
No,
want to
that's
keep him up.
Yeah.
Like,
un-
wait,
Don't think it's worth
we're
it.
not in
I
red,
can't
right? No, we're
defend
not.
other people with my reaction.
Oh no, if we were in red, this would not be as much of a problem as it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, Thomas is down for the count. Next up, Rizik. 6 instance, or 6 instances of D4s. The lowest one on there is a 1, which means you have 6 instances of 1's damage coming at you.
I can't block 6 separate instances.
Okay. If anybody else...
Like, if a boost persists, I can theoretically boost my... When I'm unconscious, I can theoretically boost myself, so I can roll for that, but, like, yeah.
Okay.
Like, the problem is we are now fighting every time we kill something, enemies respawn.
So,
Yeah, I'm out.
Okay, you're out. Next up, Nara.
I mean, you did 30 damage before you went down. That's huge.
Yeah, no, Rizik did real good.
Yeah. Nara, you have 6 instances of 1 damage coming at you as well.
Can I defend at least one of those?
You may.
Okay, what do I roll for defend again?
If you just want to hit the deck, just tell me what you're trying to roll. Are you trying to run away from it? Or are you trying to throw a smoke bomb down?
Yeah, I guess I'll, dive to the side to at least try to dodge one of them.
Okay. Roll me agility. Okay. Take 5 damage.
I'm down to 2!
And, Han. Hold on. I'm sorry, Han. You got the unlucky draw. 6 instances of 2 damage.
Okay, so it means I die unless I defend, and I'm at a -3. So
If you can defend one of them fully, then yeah, you
You
live.
were the only person who didn't get a single 1 on their die rolls.
am I allowed to use boosts for this?
Yes.
Okay.
You can, if you use a boost, you can counteract your -3.
I could've...
All right. So we'll
use
go
the
ahead and
+3
we'll go ahead and use a +3. Just bring myself to neutral.
Okay.
And yeah, we will roll my air die. Okay, so I take 10 damage then.
Yep. Putting you at 2.
High 5, 2 club.
I thought this was a weak villain archetype. This thing is stupidly strong.
Yeah, this is
Izzy, the splitting minions is the big problem.
I recognize.
The separate instances of damage mean we can't defend.
Yeah, the
against
separate
Yeah.
honestly the separate instances of damage are the biggest problem.
Yeah.
with them.
That said, you guys have dealt with all the D4s. You have just dealing with a single D8 and 2 D6s at this point.
There's no way we're gonna... Yura might survive
Boomy and
this.
Mingwa.
This is probably going to be Yura has to solo the party as traders and then also finish.
The party is not all getting turned, because I don't have enough actions to do that. That said...
Yura has to solo this, Kakan has to solo the Hellfire Bender.
It is Yura and Kakan solo everything else on the map.
I can't see this ending well.
I hope you have some red 11th hour abilities, Iggy.
Not really. I mean, I've been using it the whole time.
We didn't 0 overcomes this session.
Yep.
Yeah.
That all being said, it is almost 10:30. I do believe this is where I will call it for tonight. This was a grind.
Yes.
Rather than the usual question, because this was pretty much just a... Well, you know what? I will ask the usual questions. First off, what are we calling this session?
I feel like the endless grind is actually the correct option here.
Yep.
Or Goo Be Gone.
Goo Be Gone. Mother May I.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like Mother May I.
Mother May
Yeah,
I.
Mother May I's pretty
Oh,
good.
that's a very good one.
Good job, Ziggy.
All right, let's see. Nara, what did you learn?
Goo is not my friend, and I should always use a tissue when blowing my nose.
Yes, you should. What do you want to know more about?
How the fuck does this spirit gain anything from this?
Good question.
Yeah, that's actually a very good question.
And where do you think this is going?
I have no idea what the fuck is going on. I don't know, bullshit in Bossing Say? I have no idea.
There's a lot going on. Rizik, what did you learn?
I learned I will make whoever hurts Thomas regret it.
No.
Also, yes.
Yeah, what do you want to know more about?
Do we have to hunt down every single one of these blobs for Mother Glowworm to dissipate?
I will tell you all the ones in the area, yes.
Okay.
Which are just the ones in Zone 3 presently. And where do you think this is going?
Bad things, and we finally use our out abilities.
Yep. All right. Minghua, what did you learn?
Well, we learned where the moon probably went.
Yeah.
It's true.
What do you want to know more about?
How to punt Mother Glowworm fully back to the spirit world, but to be fair, you kind of just answered that.
Yeah. And where do you think this is going?
Rest in pieces, and this fight will not solve the core problem.
Nope.
100% correct, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
We knew it wouldn't, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hotaru, what did you learn?
Yura still is keeping secrets from everyone.
To be fair, she wasn't
Doc.
certain of that.
Doc,
What do
this
you
is my shocked face.
What do you want to know more about?
How much influence Mother Glowworm has on her new recruits.
Next round, Minghua punch. Where do you think this is going?
Now that she's like out, quote unquote.
I mean, honestly, Minghua Sneeze is in some ways a bigger problem than Minghua Punch right now.
That's true.
Fair.
If Minghua is capable of just creating more of these little shits.
I disagree. That's fine.
Oh yeah, it means Yura can heal.
No, I mean, just burn everything.
And I think this is leading towards epic Fire Nation fights.
Possibly. Kakan, what did you learn?
Kakan is looking into a potential mirror of what he could become, and he's not happy about it.
Mm-hmm.
For the question, what is this goo, and when does it become terrible? And what's going to happen? Through the fire and the flames, we carry on.
Through the fire and... Thank you. Now I've got the rock solo stuck in my head.
Izzy, if you wind up with every other PC with Mother Glowworm, can I bust out my villain sheet and fight the party?
We'll see what
That's a
happens.
statement there.
Let's see. And, Han, is that... Han, what did you learn?
Mother Glowworm is even more absurdly pervasive than we expected.
I need to look up what pervasive means in this context.
Everywhere,
Fucking
essentially.
Everywhere.
Fair. What do you want to know more about?
How to keep her from possessing people on a wider scale.
Fair. Actually, they did get the answer to that in the library when you weren't here. If you guys defeat this physical form of her, all of her will go back. That much you guys just know. There's a reason why she is so hard to get rid of, even when you've gotten her main body down. This is her jam, because she is jam. And where do you think this is going?
Ba Sing Se is going to collapse so much earlier than in canon.
Possibly.
Yeah.
We might still be able to stop them.
That doesn't
Might.
mean the city won't be completely fucked.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nara Rising. Who didn't answer questions?
Yura actually
Yura
hasn't answered questions. I've just been commenting.
Yeah, Yura has not answered questions.
Answer your damn questions.
Yura has to actually admit that Earth Kingdom artillery is useful in this case, and boy does it pain her to do that considering their showing so far.
Fair.
Also, wow, fuck everything about Mother Glowworm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need to suddenly care when people have romantic actions around me. This is annoying.
Congratulations, Yura, and welcome.
With everyone.
You are officially the mom of the group.
Congratulations, Yura, and welcome back to teenage drama.
I thought I left this behind 5
Oh,
years
where do
ago
you
when I
find
burned
these?
everything.
Nope. It's never gone.
They're amazing.
And what do you want?
Also, I'm probably going to have to engage in one-on-one duel with a former subordinate, given what's going on right now. Kakan, I hope you can hold on longer, because there's so much stuff that needs to be burned up here.
The fact that I can't defend myself means probably not.
You can actually.
You have control of the initiative order again. You'll be able to defend before his turn.
You can do hit the decks.
I can do hit the dex, yes.
which is what I was doing.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing.
True enough.
To be fair, he does have no reason to not use his nuke on you since you're single target now.
Yeah,
But
I believe it.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there. There is a non-zero chance he stops before it gets to your turn.
But, okay, look, Izzy, he's seen my abilities being launched everywhere up here. If he wants to run at me, do it.
Oh no. This is a completely like south end of the town, around a corner. Like you guys cannot see each other.
Different zones, yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah. Hope you all had a.
I don't know. Otherwise, besides this, I ended the session at full health, so maybe that will help next time.
That is nice.
Did that fight go how you expected, Izzy?
Sombra went down a lot quicker than I thought.
You weren't expecting us to focus him, huh?
I was not expecting you to focus him. Mother Glowworm actually did about as expected.
Didn't you say that it was a much better villain archetype than you expected overall, though?
The splitting part was, yeah.
Yeah, the splitting and dealing damage and getting a small heal buff whenever something died was much more
Really
effective.
effective.
Much more effective than I looked on paper.
Okay. Action economy matters, Izzy. Always remember action economy matters.
Remember the love discs, Izzy. Remember
All right.
that.
Well, on that note, I'm going to be taking off, so
Yeah, good
Good
night.
night.
good night.
Good night.
To be fair, I'm pretty sure Snover nuked the love discs.
Yes.
Yes, but they couldn't split and respawn with double the number.
That is true.
Yes, no. She
Like,
was.
that's the actual problem with them.
Well, there's only 3 left right now. Which should be just enough to kill the rest of you. Delicious.
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful.
I'm in control of initiative order for next turn.
I was so sad because I had to roll that goddamn defend, which means I had to deal with the penalty, which means I couldn't use the innate ability that I still have literally never had a chance to use.
Print that innate ability. I want to see what it is.
Izzy, can you...
I'm out of roll 20, but it's Izzy. It's in my green. It's my only innate green.
Izzy, because next session is a week away, can you please put a green dot on everyone who is currently an enemy?
Yes. Yeah.
But Izzy, so the ability is whenever I attack someone who has put a penalty on me, I treat that penalty as a boost.
For the purpose
So I
of
could have, I could have yeeted Boomy with a +3.
Oh my god.
Oh, that would have been great.
So yeah,
To
so
be
my
fair, I'm torn between you and Nora for first action next turn.
because my plan was gonna be I'll do my attack and boost thing again, fuck up Boomy, pass to Yura, and then probably die next time an enemy goes.
Let me point. I can post what my down and out ability is.
Sure. But me and
Yeah, that might be helpful for. Yeah,
I do have to hop
Here,
off.
we're in red.
I blow up a penalty or bonus on for my down and out.
Nice. Izzy, did we get any hero points this session?
Nope, unfortunately.
Wait, no. I used one of mine for an overcome.
Did you?
Yara actually did.
Yeah, I used Principle of the Nomad.
Oh, okay, I will rectify that.
Sadly, this doesn't allow me to buy a new red ability. I wish I could. It would be hilarious, but...
This unfortunately doesn't give me enough to buy Thomas for next session.
I believe Thomas is out no matter what.
I mean, I would find it hilarious if I had the 4 hero points to spend, and therefore Thomas goes back to D8.
Yeah.
Izzy, are we still recording?
Yep, I'm going to head off now. Say goodnight to the recording, everyone.
And
Good night,
recording.
Good night.